Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Coastal Critiques panel. We will be doing a recap and review for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This is both episode 5 and 6, The Nastiness and Rumors, and Apres Rumors, I believe it's what it's called. And we're going to get into this right about now.
Hey y'all, hey Barb, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you on this fine Wednesday?
Hump day, baby. We humping around.
Who can be upset on hump day?
I am having a beautiful windy hump day. It's a windy Wednesday up here in Victorville, honey.
Oh, it's only like 72 degrees here.
I think we are in, let me check real quick. We are 73 degrees today. And our winds are going to end at 3. It's been windy since last night. Y'all had no winds? Nothing calm? It's been calm, cool, and collective, huh?
I noticed. I mean, yeah, it's just been kind of cooler than it was this past week.
Oh, man. We was hot.
I think it rained last night too because it was like wet outside a little bit this morning. So maybe.
Oh, maybe you know what? When I came to your event and stayed with you, had a good time. And I left early that morning and I didn't get to really hug your neck or anything. Sorry. But it was wet that morning. And I was like, dang, it was so foggy. My whole car was wet. The ground was wet. I was like, it looked like it rained that night. So with your weather, it can look like it rained and not rain. You know?
I don't know what I be asleep, so I don't.
You're like, I don't even got time. I ain't got time for it.
But what did you think of these episodes?
Ooh, child. A couple of things. I find out I really feel like now Lisa has a problem. Like she's a narcissist to the 10th power. She makes everything about her, and it's unreal to me to watch that happen.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I know, because we will get into it. And then with Meredith, she's showing a cycle and a cycle.
Yeah, she's hard to defend right now.
She's being a cycle with a C and she's being a cycle with a P.
Yeah, pretty much. I can't.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, girl, I know you're trying to give us some content and everything, but you ain't got to do us like this, girl. You making me a little nervous for you, girl. And yeah, and I like the new addition. I like Monica. I really like Monica. Not that I like her. I like the addition to the show. I'm not saying I like her as a person. You understand what I'm saying? I like what she's bringing to the table. I like what she's doing. I like that she's holding people's feet to the fire. I like that she's have a reason and can give you the reason why she does it. Do I like that she's doing it? Probably not. Will I be that person? No, probably not. Probably not. But if that's her judge and she got it going on, I'm gonna let her have it. I'm gonna let her have it. So yeah, what about you? What say you?
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed with episode 6, just a little bit. But I think it's still a little bit early in the season. I think I mean, from the little snippet we got from next week, it seems like it's gonna pick up the pace a little bit in some episodes to come. So I can't be mad, but I mean, overall, these 2 episodes, they were cute. Like, it was pretty much on par with everything. And I definitely understand when you're saying about Monica, although I don't agree with everything she does, kind of like how I be feeling about Whitney.
Man, Whitney used to be my fave. Like, seriously. I go back and forth with Whitney.
Heather's been like, I kind of need to pull her to the side and have a conversation with her a little bit too, I feel like. But
yeah, I feel you. I think that she's we'll get into it, but I really feel like I don't want her to push her own reserve about her religion or the religion that she's not in on other people. I need her to stop. Heather, come to the front. Like Jamie tell you, come to the front, babe. Need you to come to the front, and I need you to stop projecting things onto other people because that's not right.
That's literally what it looks like.
Religion is to each its own.
Doesn't mean that everybody else wants to be a martyr. And that's okay.
It's okay. But anyway. Yeah, we're going to get into it. Let's get into it.
Okay, so season 4, episode 5, the nastiness and rumor. Oh, wait, hold on.
We ain't took care of no business. Ain't took care of no business.
Coming in the room, please make sure you hit the like button on both our channels because we are streaming from both of our channels. Make sure you're subscribed to both of our channels as well. Shout outs to the replay gang. We can continue the conversation in the comments below. Let us know what you guys, your thoughts, feelings, and all that good stuff down there. And
if you want us to review other than this show, y'all have anything y'all want us to talk about or get on, or if y'all just want to talk to us and don't have nothing in particular, let us know that y'all want us to do that as well. Just give us y'all feedback. Interact with your sisters, please. We welcome it. We really welcome it.
Seriously. But yeah.
Subscribe, like all that good stuff.
Like, share, subscribe.
Notification button.
Notifications. Like literally all of the above. Just
all
do
all
of it. But yes, episode 5, the nastiness and rumors. So they're back from Palm Springs. We, we kind of see everybody kind of just going through, mulling it over in their heads, like what all happened. Meredith in particular, she kind of sat down with Seth and informed him of, what went down on the trip, how she felt overwhelmed by it all. And, Meredith lets us know yet again that she's heard all of the rumors surrounding Angie K, but yet she finds it ironic that, she's tearing into her as if karma isn't going to tear back into it like Angie. Like, it always is a cycle, it's like it just pops around. And Beth asks what rumor that she's talking about, but she doesn't go into detail, at least not at this time. I don't know. I just was kind of
you know what? I blame that on production. I think that they're trying to keep us. They don't want to give us the goods yet. I'm sure she told him right then. She told him. That's her husband, and she wants. Plus, she wants to. Not. I ain't gonna say. Play into sympathy, like somebody's doing something to her. That's another thing I noticed about Meredith. She likes to flip it around. So go ahead. I feel like Meredith likes to flip it around a little bit. Yeah, when she's talking to whomever she's speaking with, she makes it seem like for instance, there's a scene that with her and Whitney, some scenes back where she had said to her, I think when they were talking about Lisa's rumors, and she kind of tried to flip it on Whitney, like, well, what have you heard? No, Whitney said, did you hear the rumor? She said, yeah. She said, so Whitney said, well, what did you hear? She said, well, I heard it was, she knew Whitney knew, but it was the way she put it. It made me feel like, Meredith, you really be trying to throw rocks and have your hand like you ain't doing nothing. That's what I mean. I feel like she not even gonna say flip it around. I feel like she really be trying to act like she's not doing nothing when she's really doing something. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I can understand that. And the thing is, like, that's impossible for you to be on this type of show. Like, no one's hands are it's very, 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 very rare for someone on this type of show's hands to not be at least a little dirty. Like, at least one finger is dirty. Like,
for sure.
So when she acts as though, she has no association to what's going on at all, like the negativity, that's unrealistic, because at the end of the day, it's just Housewives. Like, everybody kind of, the reason why you're up here is because you partake at least to a little degree in the mess. Like, it comes with territory. So
that's what makes the show. Yeah, we gotta have a little mess, a little bit.
I get what you're saying, but I think that was pretty much it for that scene.
Yeah, we go over to the mint bar from there.
Yes, we go over. Oh, I didn't upload that picture. Crap. Okay, so
Girl,
they go
which one? With the face, with the pink, with the never mind. I don't even know.
with the
What you know how I was like, never. Let's get to the scene and then I'll talk.
We see Lisa and Meredith. They meet at the facial bar or whatever, which that was really cute. I want to go to a place like that. And they check in and they embrace. Everything's all good between them in this moment. And Meredith lets us know that she got like a really, really bad spray tan recently. And then Lisa takes it upon herself to divulge that when she was up in Park City at her usual tanning place, I guess, she kind of got into it because she went in there kind of with like a superiority complex probably and told them
Wonder bread privilege is the word you're looking for. Wonder bread privilege.
And she told them that no, like you're going to I got an event, you are going to spray tan me right now. They were about to close
30 minutes.
They were like, oh, like that can't happen. Basically caused a whole scene, and that got her banned from said establishment that she's been frequenting for I think like the past 8 years or something like that. Of course, John had to go cancel his members for the next day. You know the whole deal.
Such a weirdo. Oh, you're not weird, but you didn't have to go cancel yours. Even I mean, I get it, but
I mean, I will be embarrassed. Like, very rarely do I get like embarrassed by things, but if somehow my husband, if the roles are reversed and that applied to us and he did something crazy, like I would more so be like just embarrassed, like I would just feel so bad, like I'm sorry, like, and I feel like
John, so knowing that your husband was in the wrong, would you cancel your membership?
Apologize on their behalf,
right?
I would probably
depending on if they won't let me do,
because I'd just be so embarrassed that you really went up there and did that. Like now now they probably looking at me like I must be crazy too because you acting crazy. We married, like, so two peas in a pod probably. Like I'm just
that too. But then he knows who he married to too. Barb, we know.
Over the course of their marriage, I have a feeling the way that she acts.
Oh, that's her.
You cannot look me in the eye and tell me that he doesn't wind up apologizing on her behalf a lot, or just kind of like take, his
head down.
She goes. But they're getting, they got their like scans and stuff, and they sit down to actually get the facial. And I don't know if you were, I kind of got it once they really got into it, but at first I was like, is this the same lady who was just going off in the previous episode about how she didn't want to take her makeup off and all this other stuff, and then we get literally the following episode, you're all up there like, oh yeah, get your makeup taken off right on camera. I'm like, I was confused.
Yeah, that's why they went and put that the production put it on there and showed us that. But what's funny to me is that now we all know why she had that problem. One, that chick got 10 UV rays sun damage. Well, it's not even sun damage. She got UV rays damage from sitting in a suntanning bed for the last 8 years. We can tell the difference between when Meredith went under the pictures, the 3 pictures that she was like, oh yeah, oh wow, Meredith, you look like an avatar. And I'm thinking to yourself, and you look like somebody's mummy. You look like somebody's zombie.
Not an avatar.
It was so, remember when it was a 3 picture, it was a picture of them, what they look like, the picture, what it looks like under a light, and what the skin damage looks like. And then the next one is like what it's going to look like when they're finished doing the face. So it was 3 images. And so when it came to Meredith, hers was bad. It wasn't bad, but you can see, a difference. But when it came to Lisa's, oh my gosh, she had dark circles around her eyes. Her skin looked all blotchy. And she was like, oh my gosh. I was like, girl. And then when we get them getting their facials and them doing here what got me. When they first started the scrubbing, it was, it was all right. And then they said, you know what? We're going to do a double scrub on you guys. And then they hit that double scrub. Girl, her face was so raw looking. And you could just, I was like, yeah, that's why you didn't want nobody. That's why you need your makeup on. Your skin is probably horrible under there. You need to be seeing them a lot. I'm just saying. That's just my take on it. Because remember, and then when she did go take her makeup off, on another one, I saw let's see. I saw really bad. There you go. Look at her face. Go back. See the skin damage? See the red where it's all. It kept getting worse and worse when the lady started cleaning more and more. So I was like, well, they still got their eyelashes on and stuff. So
I mean,
and
and maybe their lash extensions. So I get that, but I'm just like, who? Like I saw winged. I was like, maybe they came somewhere, but I was just like,
we're going to.
I'm not going to do that, but I mean,
because I'm thinking, don't you want to get all the face clean, everything?
I would, yeah, I want every, like, and that's, although I love my eyelash extensions, since I have not been getting them, I always love the fact that I can really just get all up in there at the end of the night. I love washing my face. Some people don't, like, I don't know. I was just like, it was just too coincidental for me. I'm like, girl, we were just, you know what, whatever, like, because she's got something wrong with her. Anyway, they talked about like the kids a little bit. Just before Lisa let us know that she's planning on doing like a soiree type of event, and she's going to invite all of the ladies. And I'm emphasizing the word "all," you guys, because we know that her and Monica specifically are kind of left off on like a little bit of a rocky place, from, you know, Monica saying that Lisa's very materialistic and Lisa like we left on not a good place too much with them. So she lets us know that she's going to be inviting all of them though. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And Meredith's all like, yeah, it's not healthy to dwell. And I was like,
who said that?
Wrote that down specifically to emphasize that and be like,
right. Say what now? Who are you talking to?
It's not healthy to dwell, but aren't you the same one that Meredith? This is what I mean. Like, she makes it hard to kind of defend her because it's like, girl, you act one way right here, but your actions, there's dirt on your hands a little bit sometimes.
Right.
So don't act like, you know, you're above all the BS all the time. That's my thing. I don't like when people, if you're going to be on BS sometimes, then say, yes, I am. Hi, my name is Janice, and I like to be on BS sometimes. Like, that's what I'm going to say.
Might as well. Just own it. Just own it. The other thing before you move on is that when she did invite Monica, she said she's been inviting all the girls, and she says that, but in her confessional, she says something to the fact like, yeah, I rather invite Monica because I don't want her to think that I'm only inviting, you know, the 1%ers. You know, I don't want to have to hear her talk about because she's not a 1%er that she couldn't come. I was like, there you go, flossing the Wonder Bread in you, because Monica don't have Wonder Bread in her. She is a Latina, so she's different from them.
Yeah, I feel like
spicy and dicey.
My thing is, I'm not gonna. I get you're on a show and all that, but it more so seems like, yeah, you're just doing that just so you're not looked at as the bad guy or something like that. No, if I don't want somebody at my thing because we're not on good terms or whatever, then I'm gonna be like, I don't want you here because we're not on good terms, and it's gonna be that, not to come off as though I am the peacemaker and I am one person that just loves everybody and I want everybody here because I just love you so much. Like, no, if that's not truly how you feel, that's not truly how you feel. But
right,
whatever. But I feel like that was really it for that scene. Moving right along, Monica and Whitney. Monica and Whitney go to like some bar or whatever. Monica got there first. And I want to say Monica got there first. I don't know.
Wait, right before you go to that, I was that made me laugh. That remember when Lisa did say, You know what? I should show up to my party, labels head to toe, just to get a rise out of her.
Yes, she did say that.
Like, oh my god! Like, there you go, poking the bear. Okay, now you go back to Monica.
It was a little funny. I can't even lie.
It was. I chuckled. I was like, oh,
damn. I found it a little funny. Can't even lie.
I did. What was it I said? Go back at with Monica.
Yeah. They go to a bar, and apparently, while Monica was away, her dog ran away, but her mom and the girl was like, they didn't want to bother her, so she didn't find that out until she got back. But the dog is back. The dog is back. The dog is found. Everything's good. And Whitney then asks Monica, how are things with her and Lisa? Monica says that Lisa has invited her to her event, so she feels like, they're okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. And Whitney's like, that's a good sign, but, just FYI, girl, it took me, 3 years just to get back on good terms with Lisa and get her good graces again. Yeah. Just word to the wise. Mm-hmm. And when Ethan has a moment? Who is Ethan? I don't know why I wrote the word Ethan, but whatever, whoever Ethan is. I think I was doing a voice.
Girl, you mess it up.
Whatever. I think I was trying to say Whitney. I don't know how Whitney and Ethan sound the same, but whatever. Whitney has like a moment of honesty and lets Monica know that, although it seems as though I have a lot in common with you, I like your vibe. The trip was a bit of a red flag for me. I'm not gonna lie. I saw some things and I'm like, is this who this person really is? And Monica's like, oh my God, like, why? Like, what are you talking about? And Whitney says, because I don't want to invest in someone who goes for their friends like that. Their friends being Angie. She didn't like how Monica handled Angie on the trip. And she kind of, wants to address that with her right now, which I'm like, okay, so where are we going with this? And Monica attributes her behavior to holding her friends accountable, as she would like for her friends to do, to her as well. So, okay, I get it. But I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't really reading that way to me as much. It was reading more like kiss booty, as I said last week, but whatever. Monica also, in so many words, called Angie like the instigator of everything. And I was like, okay. So Whitney feels as though Monica tossed Angie and Lisa to the side. Those are her friends, but she kind of tossed them to the side in place of both Meredith and Heather during the trip. Mm-hmm. And Monica kind of, she wasn't too receptive to all of that. She kind of got a little bit defensive at one point, if you recall. And she admits to informing Angie prior. She's like, look, I told Angie that if she's doing something that I see that's I'm gonna call her out on it. I'm gonna let her know. I'm gonna tell her about herself. So we didn't see her do that though. And if that's as of right now, Angie hasn't confirmed or denied. Like, she hasn't said anything about that. I don't know if we're gonna actually get confirmation later on in the season, maybe, but that's just Monica's. We're just got to take Monica's word for it at this point. If that's true, then okay, cool. But if it's not, then you're a liar then. Yeah. Whitney tells Monica, like, okay, girl, just at the end of the day, be careful with Meredith, because she pulled me to the side at the airport and was like, you should just know that I have all this dirt on Angie. Those are Whitney's words. And Monica was like, oh my God. And Whitney's like, this is a historical pattern. Mm-hmm. She has a cycle. It's a cycle with her, where she has a tendency to kind of, be very like, oh, well, I'll dig up some dirt, or they might want to be careful because very like, she just has things in her back pocket to just throw out there on her own free will when these type of things pop up. And I'm not gonna lie, in the confessional when Whitney was like, why can't she just have like a normal hobby, like yoga or like trinkets or
bird watch or
bird watching. I that part that. I'm not gonna lie, Whitney does say funny things at times.
She does. As she gets a little more older and more mature, I find her quite funny, and her stuff is landing.
Yeah, it doesn't go unnoticed. Like that's why, I need her to just channel. We need to fine tune a couple things with it, and
right?
We'll be okay.
Yeah.
And finally, like Monica's like, "Are you scared of Meredith?" And Whitney's like, "No, like I'm just tired of it. Basically, it being this cycle that we keep talking about and all that.
Mm-hmm.
She's sick of going down the same road with her, so she's gonna keep calling her out whenever she sees it fit." What did you think about this scene? Did you have anything else to?
I actually enjoyed the scene because I like the way they almost peaked when they kind of started arguing. I'm not gonna say arguing. I like the way it flowed, if that's a way to speak on their conversation. The fact that they both heard each other out. They kind of agreed to disagree. Monica basically said that she stands 100% behind what she said. Even if you don't understand it, Whitney, which Whitney does understand. Like, I get it. You're holding her feet to the fire and everything, but in that moment, it didn't look like it, and it rubbed her the wrong way. It made her kind of look at you with a side eye, and she don't want to look at you with a side eye. She'd rather tell you, and that's what Monica is talking about. Monica, like, yeah, you know how you're telling me this now? Yeah, this is what I was doing with my friend. So this is how you're dealing with me is the way I was dealing with her. And it did get a little out of hand, but hey, we're friends. We should be able to talk. We should be able to say what we need to say.
Yeah, I can always respect that, a person that takes that route, because oftentimes I feel like on especially this type of show, we oftentimes see people just not address it with the person. They kind of take it for what it is, and they see the red flags and they're just like, yep, that person, nope. And then they tell us in the confessional what they think, but they don't actually ever tell that person and address it. They just kind of write them off as whatever they think that they observed. So I guess although Whitney, I have to respect the fact that she was at least direct enough with her to address it and not keep this lingering or just have this silent vendetta against her now. And
like Meredith does. That's what Meredith does. Meredith has the silent vendetta. She takes little things, she holds on to them, and she puts them in her arsenal. And when she's ready to let that arsenal out, she's going to let it out. That's not healthy. Healthy is the way they're dealing with it, and that's what I appreciate. I feel like a lot of us can take those notes, but a lot of us could do better when it comes to our friends or our family. Sometimes we need to speak up, and sometimes, in the moment, like it's what they call coaching in the moment. You need to tell your friends, or you need to tell your family member in that moment, and it doesn't have to be abrasive. It could be what it is. We can agree to disagree. It's okay. So like I said, I was really here for that. And like I said, I'm really digging Whitney's growth this season. I really am. I'm seeing a lot of growth and her standing up for herself. We can see that she had went through what she went through with her, with the breakthrough with her family and what happened to her as a child, and her getting her memories back from the trauma that she had. And so with that, she is starting to, coming from a caterpillar and going into a butterfly, and she's starting to have a backbone and able to speak and tell whomever it is, whether it's her child, her husband, her friend, whoever, she gonna tell it. And I'm here for it. I really am here for Whitney, and not being mean about it. I mean, she ain't being mean about it, but like, when she took Angie to the motel, to the, where they wouldn't had a good time on the girl trip, I didn't agree with that way. I think she could have handled that better.
Yeah, things. I need her to work those things. I'm not gonna say there's no redeemable qualities about the girl. There's just those things we need to fine tune a couple areas, and she'll be smooth sailing. She'll be a force to reckon.
I like your nails, baby. Let me see your nails. I like them red.
Oh, you do?
Wow, that's sexy.
I've never gotten red nails before.
Oh my god, it looks so sexy on you. That's why I'm like, did your fingernails just turn red? What the heck is going on?
Yeah, this is rare. I'm usually.
It looks so pretty on you, Barb. You should definitely do that. I know you have it now, and then if you don't think it looks good or you're kind of nervous, do it again around Christmas time. But yeah, it looks pretty on you. I like it.
No, it's growing on me. I like them now, but at first I was like,
I know you was because you're a pinky girl. Yeah, pinky girls don't be ready red. They like it looks good.
I used to be like super. I used to do all the time. I used to be, especially when I first got out the military, like after not being able to do anything.
You went buck, and we know nails is probably this long.
And then I got to be like, I'm not saying it's immature to have designs and all that, but once you get that out your system, then you just kind of
like, just give them regular. That. French,
and I just keep them plain, but
they look good. I'm sorry to interrupt us, guys. I'm one of those ladies that will give a compliment to another lady or a man or a child. It doesn't matter. I love the people. I love them all.
Because some people be anyway.
What is the slogan that Meredith, I guess Heather said it to the girls? Jealousy is a
disease. Get well soon.
I love that.
Speaking of, actually, no, that's not the next scene.
Okay, no, I just think this came to me on that part.
You did say that. That's very applicable. That's very applicable in life.
And do you agree with Whitney when she tells Monica to be careful?
Just be mindful. Just be mindful. I don't think that was a negative. Like, obviously, that can be seen as inflammatory to say that. However, I think that she should be kind of mindful because, I don't know, Meredith is kind of, she's playing like a weird game right now. So I think Monica should just focus on establishing herself and her identity in the group rather than trying to
get an ally. Trying to get an ally.
Just be your own person, focus on your own self, and fit in with whoever you fit in organically or whatever. But don't try to don't try to overbend or over kind of fix yourself into certain situations or certain friendships or anything like that. Just let it happen naturally,
organically.
Don't be afraid to agree or disagree when you see fit. Like, I wouldn't be afraid of it. But the next scene, we see Whitney at home. She's at home with her kids and Justin. And if you watched the last season, then you know that Justin unfortunately got let go. Was it laid off? No, he got let go of his job.
Because what we the speculation was because of anybody. Y'all been watching the season, and if you have not, well, last year, him and his wife were on the reality show that we're speaking of on Salt Lake City, and they was having a good time. They, laid out some sheets and some paper and some paint, and they painted themselves, and they made beautiful art with their bodies, which was really nice. I really enjoyed that. I don't see nothing wrong, but they are in Salt Lake City. That is a Mormon city. That is a really religious city, and they pretty much didn't say these words, but they pretty much let him go because he was on TV frolicking with his young wife. because Whitney is like the same age as some of his kids. So when we say it, and I'm not taking nothing away. I think they're a beautiful couple. I don't have nothing to say about their ageism. I'm not doing ageism on them. I'm just saying.
Is she like in her mid-30s or early 30s?
I feel like early 30s.
Like, I thought she.
Let's see. I'm gonna mute myself so I can ask Siri real quick.
Whitney Rose. Yeah, we see them at home, and when he got let go, when he got fired from said job, he when he first got the job, whatever, he had to complete his non-compete, and basically he couldn't get another job in the freaking field until, you know, after a year. So his year is up. He's got a new position somewhere else.
Good Thanks. That's a good thing, because we know he's a good worker. He's a hard worker, and she's 37.
Oh yeah, so she okay.
I was like, okay, what? So okay, so we're in our fourth. So she was, because I thought she was like my daughter's age.
I thought she was like 34 or 35.
Well, she's 33 when she started on the show, so that's why I'm keeping her there. I left her there. She stopped aging. I don't know why I would stop her from aging, but I had her still at 33. But that's how she was when she started the show. That's why.
Yeah, it's the way she talks and like the way she does stuff, and the stuff she says that makes her seem very youthful
and more immature. But now that she's, well, I guess now we're starting to see the 37-year-old Whitney. So I'm with that. Okay, it makes more sense now.
Now that he's gonna be starting, I don't know if it's Friday, whatever day it is, he's gonna be starting on Monday or whatever. And now that, you know, both parents are going to be working full time, some things, you know, got to change. Obviously, they got to resync their schedules. You know, he says he could still probably drop them off in the morning, but as far as pickup goes, we got to figure that out. And you know, Whitney, she excuses the kids or whatever, and she's like, you know, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna manage the household or whatever? Like, do you just expect me to just drop everything I'm doing? Like, I have, you know, my career and stuff going on too. So, you know, we gotta like figure this out. And especially with Bobby, she's turning 13, and 13 for me, like that was an extremely pivotal like point in my adolescence. And I don't want to miss out on something that goes on with her at this time. Like, we need to be very much abreast to everything that she's got going on at this time. And his whole thing is like, I mean, I think he's more of just like, well, what do you expect? Like, I don't know what you, like, so they both
kind of headlights. He's like,
headlights. If you ask me, they both were kind of just like, and you know, I get it. But in the end, they were kind of both left at odds, deer on headlights, trying to figure out how they're gonna tackle this freaking issue and juggle both careers, her career, his career, and the mutual responsibility of raising these kids. And I was just left to think, like, one, why wasn't this conversation already had? Like, this should have been had. Like,
when he put the application in.
Talking about like, I don't know how this is not just a frequent, like, I don't understand how it's never been addressed.
Everyday conversation.
I'm starting tomorrow. Oh, who's going to pick up the kids? Like, how did that just go to the what? And then also, two, I mean, I get no one's career is more important than the other person. That's all I'm saying. But like, it's gonna be a little give take. Is they're gonna have to figure it out, because
they will. We all do. It's just the fact that it's coming quickly. I feel like y'all ain't got no family. All your family don't live in Salt Lake City. There's no granny, no grandmother, no grandfather. Because, you know, I call my granny. And I call my kids call me granny. My grandkids call me granny. So yeah, there's no grandmother, grandfather. There's none of.
Well, she not. I don't know. Have we ever talked about her mother's situation? Is her mom? I don't know if her mom's still alive or what her mother's situation is.
We saw her pops, her dad. Yeah,
her dad. They not really messing with each other
no more. Oh yeah, because he relapsed. Because he was doing I believe he was. I don't know if he allegedly.
I don't think that was confirmed, but they kind of alluded.
Yeah, it was something. I don't know if it was, because I don't know if it was alcohol, but I feel like he was doing something. Yeah, it could have been. It was something to that effect. And he had ended up relapsing, and she was trying to keep him clean and stuff. But I think he was a hairstylist too.
Well, Justin ain't got no family.
That's what I'm saying. There's no cousins. We saw Whitney's brother and sister from her dad's side, but I don't know if they live out there. I think she went to go visit them that time.
Yeah, she did.
And Justin got the kids. So it's like, I mean, his grown kids.
No, screw all that. Freaking, yeah. Canadian.
Like, he got grown kids. Like,
not their responsibility, but I'm just saying, can you ask them maybe maybe 1 or 2 days a week if their schedule permits? Or at the end of the day, you guys are both making money now.
Hire something. Like making money, right? Because Whitney owns something. She owns her own business. You can literally like you should be able to make your own schedule, but I don't know.
I get it. I get the issue. I just, instead of them looking at each other crazy, there's a lot of different options. So
right. I think they was arguing so they can go have makeup. Yeah, they want to go have makeup sex. That's what how they do.
Own them probably.
Whitney, we know we own you, Whitney, with your young self.
But so then, speaking of kids and families and all that, Heather and her daughters are playing hooky.
I love that because I did that one kid.
I was here for it. It sounded fun to me. And they're going skiing for the day, and it looked like it was a lot of fun. And we were jealous. I was jealous. It just looked like a lot of fun. But
it did.
And then they sit down afterwards to have some hot cocoa. And when I tell you guys that Heather thought it was a good idea to go grab a chunk of snow to cool down the beverages, I literally threw up a little bit in my mouth at that point because snow is not.
First of all, Heather stuck the jacuzzi water in her mouth when they went to the place on the.
She's not afraid to sit it in her mouth at this point.
She was like, "Oh, this tastes like popcorn, jelly bean popcorn." I was like, "Girl, you are literally in somebody." First of all, you do sweat in the jacuzzi, so that salty taste, that buttery salty taste, is somebody's sweat. You nasty fool, girl. Now you want to go put some ice cold.
Like, no.
I know. And even the girls, even our kids was like, "Oh my God, Mom."
I was disgusted. We all were disgusted, but shout out to the natural ice cube, I guess. So Heather also takes this moment to kind of check in with her girls, with her daughter, Annabelle especially, because we find out that she's apparently been getting bullied at school. And a lot of it is fueled by the hatred towards Heather's book. We know that Heather just put out a book. It's on the New York Times bestseller list, I believe. And it's about what is, I can't remember what the book is called, but it's basically talking about her experience with the Mormon religion and leaving the church, and just how like her views and all that stuff basically is the anti-Mormon book. And obviously they're in the freaking like Mormon capital of the country, so of course there's going to be a lot of naysayers. There's going to be a lot of backlash and ridicule coming against her with that. And unfortunately, some of the freaking collateral damage is her daughters. They've gotten pushed. They've gotten sent cookies that have bad words on them.
Crazy.
Yes. That the C word, like it's been really bad, and it's gotten to the point where it gives her anxiety to send her to school. And Annabelle's trying to reassure her that she's cool, like it doesn't bug her, like it is what it is. It's a reflection of them, not me. But Heather, she gets emotional because it reminds her of how she was raised with them, having like it's just bringing back all these feelings. And she's probably questioning if she did the right thing by putting this book out, or as a parent, you always want to protect your kids. You don't want to hear that they're being bullied. So
you don't want to put them in harm's way, and that's what she's feeling. She's feeling guilty that she feels like she put them in harm's way, when hindsight is always 20/20. So if she would have waited to do the book to when they were adults, maybe, or out of high school, that might have been a better thing. But like I said, you can't go back now and be trying to redo something. What I was most impressed by was both her daughter's strength.
What she said was, she said something that was really mature when she was like, just things that are going to be out of our control. We just have to be mindful of how we react. And I was like, yeah.
Them girls got it going on. I'm like, Harry, you're the one crying, and these girls is telling you they tougher than nails. And that the funny thing is that she said, yeah, they don't push us no more. They make jokes, and I kind of laugh at the jokes because the jokes is kind of funny. So when you laughing with them, they can't laugh at you.
Then they're gonna get tired eventually and just
like, okay, so now it's not funny because now she's laughing with us. We're not making her upset. We're not making her mad. We're not making her cry. It's affecting her in this moment. And like what's the pretty one? They're both pretty. The older one. What's her name?
That I can't remember. I know that's Annabelle.
Okay. I love what she said. Yeah, we live rent free in their minds. That's what's going on over there with them. That's on them.
That's awesome.
I said, girl, you did your job. You did what you needed to do. And the fact that you feel guilty, that's a natural reaction. But you did that for therapy for yourself. In order for you to be a good parent to them girls, you needed to get that off your chest. So you needed that. And they just have to maneuver and go through life and figure it out. And they got it. They're good. They know the good, the bad, and the ugly. Most Mormons do. Most Christians do. Most of every religion that they mostly know there's a good, a bad, and the ugly. There's no perfect nothing. There is no perfect religion. There is no perfect person. There is none. There's just not one. So why people are letting people get under their skin? Don't. Don't.
I mean, obviously, to a degree, I mean, obviously, like you said, you don't put your kids in harm's way. So I get it, but I feel like the only issue that they had, like Annabelle said, was when she was about to call her teacher, get involved or whatever. Like that was pretty much the only issue that they verbalized, and it seems like they have a good enough relationship to where they would tell her if it's bothering them, or I don't sense that they're lying to her or anything. So I think that was that was good. I'm glad that she checked in with them though, and
she checked herself about it too, and understands that if I push too hard, then you might not tell me no more. So I'm glad that we've had this talk, and I'm glad that you understand. And she still was a little blubbering, and I love that she held the girls' hands and talked to them. It was just, Heather has her moments where I just be like, she just, to me, I feel like she was the underdog before we even knew her story, because she was the thicker one of the crew. So, you're going in, and she never showed that. She never showed like, oh, self-loathing or I'm not good enough. She just always rose to the occasion. And now that she's lost some weight or whatever she's done, her confidence is up, and I like to see that too. But I've always liked Heather, and I didn't like who she was becoming around Jen. So I'm glad that Jen is removed so that she can become the person she needed to be, because she was almost about to be Jen's little puppy, like they be calling Angie, the little chihuahua. That's where that was Heather when Jen was around. So I'm glad to see that that she's evolving as well, and she's still one of my favorites. I used to love bad weather, for real.
But she done got a new house. The business is booming. She's got on that Gucci corset that is real. And we'll get into that later.
Always got the good stuff on, honey.
She does. Honestly though, I've been like, Lisa's been having on some stuff, and actually they've honestly
they all dress. They all can dress except for Mary.
Anyway,
we definitely gonna get to it, because she makes me upset.
But a couple of them, they've been like, that's why I said last week when I was like, oh my god, like I never want to live anywhere else that's cold again. But if I did go on a trip, like they make me want to go on a freaking ski trip and get all the cute, like the matching boots and the freaking jacket.
Yes, I want to layer up, like you said. Let's layer up, layer me up, boot me out. Let me put some sock boots on too. Let them go over my thighs.
I know.
I want all that. I like all that stuff.
I do. It's No, we're not there yet. What am I talking about?
But what do you, before we move on from Heather and the girls, how do you feel about her wanting to write another book, but she's thinking about not writing it because of the girls?
Ooh.
Heather, she wants to write. She's doing a part 2 to her book, right? So she was like, in her confessional, she said, I really wanted to do I wanted to do another book, but with this going on with my girls, I don't know if I want to do that right now.
If the story is a story worth telling, it'll be there when it's time to be there. I get that you kind of want to capitalize off of the publicity right now, and it's still a hot topic right now. But like you come down with the second part, and it just freaking elongates your relevancy. But maybe don't just yet. Obviously they're fine. Like they said, they're fine with it. Like, they can seem to take it or whatever. But still, I probably wouldn't right now.
It's another thing. Another thing that I did want to bring up is when guys, I wrote down the girls have been shoved by students at their school.
Yeah,
but I know you say that, but they assure their mom that now the kids just make jokes, right? And then I put and they laugh and whatever. But this is the part I want to write. This is the part I want to read. Is Heather has missed. Heather don't want the girls to minimize what is going on, what they're going through, because she would do that. That's what she would always do. When they went back to the flashback of when she had that black eye. She had that black eye, and she minimized what happened. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be okay," but she never, to this day, we still don't know what in the world happened to her eye. I don't think nobody beat her up. I think she was that drunk and hurt herself, and she's embarrassed. But the fact that you kind of shut down and was just like, no, I'm fine. Everything's gonna be good. It's great. Like you're minimizing what really happened. She saw that in the girls, and she didn't want that. And I was like, yes. You pay attention to that kind of stuff. That's the stuff you need to be paying attention to, because they will have your traits. They will do the things that you've done. And if you can see it happening and you can nip it in the bud, go ahead and do that. That was the last thing I want to talk about. Because we're going.
Good point. I think I was like trying to get at that before, but I don't think I wrote that down. Yeah, I do remember her saying that. And she said, that's not happy heal, or that's not. She's like said some term or something, like when she was saying that, when she was like, no, you said that they shoved you or whatever, that's not positive. I don't remember what she said.
She's like, basically she said that's not community, being in school, because basically, we're not from Salt Lake, but I would think that they are close knit. Everybody knows everybody, kind of people.
I mean, must, because they at least know they at least know each other's business.
That's what they know each other's business, and they be at each other's businesses. So I really feel like that's what she was trying to say. Like, that's not being real church, not church life, but they're not being like, that's not being godly. That's not being helpful to anybody. Like, that's actually being the total opposite. So yeah, it was exactly. Just weird. Now we're at Lisa's Vita party. Her event.
Actually, I don't know how I skipped.
What we skip? Because I skipped that what you just talked about.
We went to, before we got into Heather, we had gone over to Angie's for a second when she was playing a game with her daughter and her husband, and it wasn't really much to it, but I did write that.
Okay.
That's that they were basically two peas in a pod until the birth of her daughter 12 years ago.
Yeah, I didn't know.
They like channel all their energy and affection into their daughter, woo, and the marriage is like a scary thought. Like, it's like not first, not second, but third. And she knows that she needs to make her husband more of a priority. And then she like tucks her daughter into bed, which I was surprised about, seeing as I'm like, do you just do this for looks? Because we heard the past couple episodes that she sleeps in her bed every night. So I'm like, why are we even wasting time with this? But whatever. And she says how she's hyper focused on her daughter so often that she forgets that she's a wife. And side note, the way the husband, I need to know what's going on with his hair or lack thereof. He ain't got none. And I don't know if it's like a.
Well, you know, he did have a lot of hair though.
Yeah, so I think that he has some type of he don't feel too good about himself now that he doesn't have it, because when he laid down in that bed, he waited to the last possible second to take that hat off. And he, like, when he did, I looked real fast, but they turned the camera away, and it was, I don't know what's going on up there. But
maybe he got a well-shaped head, Barb. You know, white men
the shape of the head looked normal, but like you said, he had these luscious flowing locks, and now he don't now, so he probably has.
You better go get you a unit. You better go get you a unit.
All that money if you don't fight a turkey and get some hair.
Or go get your hairline put in there.
Hair plugs or something.
Yeah,
like
you better go call Bosley, man. Sean, you in the hair business, brother. What are you doing? There is so many things you should be looking for. It's just like, oh gosh. I think he's a cutie pie though. I think he is I think he looks better now than he did back in the day. I think back in the day he just had more of a feminine look.
Well, I can say I think Angie looked better back in the day than she does now, though.
I can say that too.
They put their two ships in the night. They just passed each other, like. But
I think you're onto something, because even on watch what's happening.
Yes,
he was on there, and that hat was tucked so tough you couldn't even see his eyes. I was like, "Who are you hiding from, sir? Is it the alleged boyfriend, sir? Are you trying, sir? Hello? Can we see you?" He was like, "Yeah, Andy. Yeah, I've been going through this for a while." I'm like, "Andy, can't even see your face, sir."
Yeah, he's definitely like self-conscious or something, because
something's going on. And I'm not saying that this has anything with infidelity or his sexual orientation. It has. I don't know what it is. Something ain't right.
I need to put on my notifications to see when Andy is going to ask like people for their questions and stuff. I need to get my I need to write.
Yes, come on, Barb. I don't even know. I didn't know that's how he does it.
It's not my business. Like we shouldn't even care, but it's too obvious. I'm like, what? The hat is always on. Like, what's going on? Like,
yeah, buddy.
Gotta ask.
Right.
Hello, Kimmy Nicole.
Hey, Kimmy Nicole. How are you today?
Thanks
for joining us.
Yeah, last
yeah. But Jim was there, so actually it was still a good season, because we had to follow what was going on with Jen and her going to federal prison and stuff. So actually last season was really good. I thought that it wasn't going to be as good with Mary, but now Mary's back, and I'm still like, why is she here? So, but we'll tell you what it was, because we haven't even got we just scratched the surface, because we have two of them to do. Mm-hmm. But thank you for joining us, Kimmy Nicole. We love you, girl.
Is something wrong with wait? Hey everyone. Hey cousin.
Are they in?
Hey first lady.
Hey. Look at our family coming in.
I know. I'm like, what just happened?
I like you. I like your name change. I like that. Right?
Me too.
Super cute. Hey, cousin. You have game night going on tonight? If you do, put it in the chat.
Yes.
If y'all are not following Ranting Ricardo, she does Ranting with Ricardo. She does game nights, and she does a host of things. She does letters in the morning and talk about folk and what the mess they had going on and dissect their little mess. So yeah, go follow our cousin Ranting with Ricardo, because she's really a good content creator. Okay.
Yep, salt and pepper, y'all.
Hey, I'm in that piece. Cause salt and pepper's here and we're in effect. Want you to push it back, cooling my days and at night, working up a sweat. Come on, girls, let's show the guys that you know how to become number one in a hot body show. Now push it. Okay. Thank you for the commercial break. Make sure you guys like the video, share the video. If you know somebody that likes Salt Lake City and don't know that somebody is reviewing it because a lot of people aren't. Some people are. Some people are on the fence about doing it. So just let them know we're here, you know. So there are we at the pizza party. What's wrong?
No, I was reading the StreamYard freaking video backgrounds are now supported in the studio. That's kind of cool.
What?
Oh. I might have to play around with this. Okay. Anyway, y'all. It's Lisa's soiree event, the Apres No Ski event. Everybody files in. Whitney, Angie, Meredith, Heather, Monica. They're all coming in. Everyone's mixing and mingling and saying their niceties and greeting each other and kissing each other on the cheek. It's all fun and games. You know, everything always starts off good.
Forget that Whitney bought her ski shot.
So shot ski, yes.
I love that thing. I'm trying to hit that thing with her one good time. No, not one good time. I'm gonna need to hit that thing a few good times. Hey, Whitney, hit California Cutie up. I'm trying to come to Salt Lake City and hit your ski, girl.
I would actually partake in that.
I really want to do that. I need to hit that thing one good time. When I say one good time, I mean like one night, one good time. Like 100 times, but that one good time. Like that's what I mean.
So anyway, this Kathy lady in the pink, I feel like she want to be a friend of the show.
That's Kathy. She was the one that was in the car with Meredith.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. But she loved that camera.
She loved that camera, and she was like, I said, "You better go on, girl. You better get you a little spot. You better become a friend."
I can't be mad at it. It was like, okay. They're taking shots and everything, and Lisa does a toast, and they
no. Back it up before they get to the toast. Angie walks in.
Oh,
nose job walk. Angie walks in and kind of shades Meredith first.
But Meredith does say hi though. I will say,
but she does. She walk over there and says hi to her at the bar, and they, and she gives some. She says hello to her, but in her confessional, she was like, "Yeah, I don't mind speaking to her. I don't have a problem with speaking to her." She says something funky in the confessional right then, though. Like, she shades her in that confessional when she says, "Yeah, I don't mind talking to her." I mean, I know what she says. I mean, because she's like a little chihuahua. I guess they can. They show bits and pieces of her calling her chihuahua and a dog or a pit bull here and a chihuahua there. She said, long as she gets along, maybe they can put her on a leash and put her somewhere. I said, Meredith, if you don't stop calling that lady a dog, you're going to get, Angie about that business. She's Greek. She about that business. So I don't think you want none of that, but go ahead.
Oof, yeah. So
now they're getting the bottles and
build up, y'all. This is like the build up.
Yeah.
So Lisa goes up to Monica. They have a few, cute exchanges of words. Only before Lisa tells Monica how she was bummed that she called her materialistic. Monica then justifies her actions by saying that she had to do a prickly. I mean, that was the game. Lisa's like, girl, read the room. And, Monica, like everyone here is materialistic at the end of the day. So why are you, coming at me, like including you, Balmain, Valentino, Monica's like Zara Steve Madden. I'm like, what is going on?
Oh, no. I was in Twilight Zone. I was like, what?
Monica is like, she's trying to act like her thing was just like, girl, own it at the end of the day. Like, if that's what you're going to be, if you were materialistic, then be materialistic, just own it. And I feel like they, at the end, kind of agreed to disagree. I didn't write down everything that was said because it was just like, why are we rehashing this again? You clearly think that she is one way, that she doesn't think that she is. I mean, this isn't going to, unfortunately, Lisa, on a public platform like this, this isn't going to be the last time that someone calls you something that you don't agree with. Like,
right.
So, then after that, Lisa's like, I work so hard to afford everything. So if you're going to judge me, go ahead and judge, you have to judge everyone else then. And I'm
you
like,
got everybody in this room, girl. Everybody in this room. I was like, oh God. Lisa, if you don't stop with the Wonder Bread privilege, I can't take it.
Since somehow Snoop Dogg was brought up, I think it was like when Monica.
Well,
I forget what exactly was said.
What was said. I can tell you.
I know what was said, but I don't remember exactly.
The reason why, well, because she was like, well, she said, well, she's like, if you're gonna judge me, Monica, then you need to judge everybody in the room. She's like, no, I don't, because everybody didn't say that they would anywhere else were jumping in a private plane with Snoop Dogg. I've never said that. I've never said. Yes, you did. No, I never said that. I would never say if I wanted to, I could, but I never would say, girl, shut up. I can, but I could. If I want to go kick it with Snoop Dogg, I could. He is not kicking it with you, girl. That's my twinner. Our birthday's next Friday. Girl, get out of my face. That's my twin. We don't kick it with you. We would not. Okay? Okay? Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Us born on October 20th. Next Friday. That day. That Snoop? No, babe. No. And so no, that's how it was brought up, sis. Go ahead and finish your statement. Like, finish it.
Yeah, that's literally what happened. And Mary, like at this exact moment,
oh gosh,
Mary walks in to bickering, of course. So she's already like, why am I here? Like, what is the reason I actually said that she wasted another outfit, which honestly, I don't know about. I liked her outfit. I want to know who made that outfit. I want that outfit. A lot of people.
I wanted it to fit her. I wanted it to fit her, and I wanted her not to pull the skirt up I needed her to not pull the skirt up and it rolled and it almost hula hooped around her. I need her not to never do that. I was not mad at the outfit. Like what I put in my notes. I said, because I got it right here because Mary walked in. I said, I put Mary walked in wearing an outfit, or the outfit was wearing her, because it was like so much material. I was like, Mary, and in the bag, and then she took the dang on jacket off and tied it around her body. I said, Mary, you are not in.
Was this before or after she was backing up into the food, and she was like,
that's right during the part where that's why she was backing up into the food, because the jacket was around her waistline and that part was hanging. I said, Mary, why'd you wear all that material?
It was a lot of material. It was
a lot of material. But I want you to know, the skirt was different. It was like pleated. It was like gladiator style. It was like these slats. You know what I mean? It wasn't pleated. It was like slatted. So it kind of gave me gladiator feel. But when she picked the skirt up and then went around her, I said, she needs to eat some food so she can keep that skirt on. That skirt gonna fall off. She needs some food in her belly right now. Right now.
And she, with you saying that, yeah, she did not let us forget that she needed food throughout this whole next one, I feel like.
Yes, Lord. So anyway, like you said, she walked in and she's like, God, I can't go nowhere. These girls arguing.
Mm-hmm. Wrapping up their argument. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mary. Speaking of food, then Mary's like, Monica. Apparently, Mary thinks Monica is always eating, and she kind of shamed her for eating, which I was kind of like, man, if the girl wants to eat, the girl wants to eat.
I ain't like that. I feel like,
I didn't like that either. But
there's two reasons why I don't like it. One is we just saw you not go with the girls and go get took to McDonald's. Where's your veggies? Where's your vegetables? And you older than her. Her metabolism is different than yours. What, Mary? What are we talking about? Every time I see you eating. She said, I love food. Yeah, clearly. But are you eating vegetables? She said, girl, I'm eating raspberries right now. She was like,
yeah, she got another crate, man.
She got the crate. But Mary just wants to be a Debbie Downer, and she wants to be Mean Mary. She wants to be Mean Mary. That's what her nickname is, because everything that comes out of her mouth is mean. even when she's trying to be nice, it's still mean. And then if she's not nice, she say something stupid like somebody said, "Oh, you got your nails done? Yeah, these are good nose pickers." Who? Why? What are you talking about, Mary? What are you
that
talking
doesn't bother me as much as it's a straight up when she's just being like
mean?
Just kind of hateful, like a hateful, like bitter, like old, like woman a little bit. That's what it reads as a lot of times. So, but I'll save more of what I want to say in the next episode. Monica also asks Meredith if she would be receptive, in the event that Angie comes up and tries to talk to her. As Meredith always does, I don't remember what she said verbatim. Hopefully you remember, but I do remember it was some type of nice, nasty reply.
Wait, to who? Because I was reading my notes.
Nice, nasty. When Monica asked Meredith if she would be receptive if Angie was to come up to her and ask and try to talk to her or whatever.
Yeah, she said, yeah. She said, yeah. If she comes up to me, she just does. I don't like. I'm not talking to her, but it was still passive aggressive. Yeah,
it was. It was very on brand for Meredith. And so this is when Whitney's like, you know what? It's enough. It's my, Whitney likes to take on missions. Apparently, this season, it's her mission to do this, that, and other thing. So right now, it's her mission to get the party back on track and get upbeat. So this is when they do the shot skis, which I was like, okay, cool, whatever. She's grabbing ladies. They took a shot. Everything's cool. And then directly following the shot, I feel like it was more of liquid courage than it was her trying to get it back upbeat, because then Whitney sneaks off with Monica to discuss how if she were Angie, she'd want someone to let her know that there was a rumor going around. I'm like, how the hell, excuse my language, how do we go from shots to you now going over here, grabbing her, talking about we should just tell her right now. Like, we should just tell her right now. And but Monica, I guess she was with the SHITS, and next thing we know, Whitney's asking Monica, like, okay, so what was the rumor? And Monica divulges that the rumor is Angie's husband has been having sex with other men. They have an arrangement and the marriage is completely fake. Whitney's immediately like, what? Like, hold on. I guess the room just started spinning at that exact moment for her because she couldn't understand what she heard. She was
she said, I'm feeling nauseous. I said, well,
yeah, she was like,
what's going on?
She was like, no. Angie needs to know.
Yeah, she was like, no.
Angie needs to know. But before we get into fully discussing the rumor any further, we get this like simultaneous scene with Mary telling Heather that she did a horrible job pairing her necklace, which I was just like, girl, okay.
You know what? I took a picture of. Let me see if I can.
I didn't even look. I wouldn't have worn. Okay. I personally wouldn't have worn it together like that. I get what she was going.
I'm about to send you this picture right now, sister. Watch this. You about to be like, no, you, because it's this scene. It's this scene, and I was appalled too. Go ahead, tell me what you're gonna say.
What she was getting at, but I was just like, Mary, just sit over there. Sit over there.
I just sent it to you because in this moment, it's funny that you said that, because she talks about that necklace, and she was like, yeah, she was like, I love the way I didn't put it. I think I wrote it down. She was like, I love the way the necklace looks with the pulls the champagne out of my jacket. And she was like, and she said, and it looks good against my my turtleneck. And she was like, no. She was like, no, that was a bad look. And then the picture that I have, the picture I sent you is a picture of when she said it to Heather. Heather was like, girl, I'm cute. I don't know what you talk about. And
literally,
Meredith look is like, girl, did you just say this to her face? So I was like, Mary is crazy. Like, the things she say to people, if somebody say that to her, she would have a fit. And I don't like that about her. And we didn't talk about the fact that Angie and Heather had their little thing where they found out that Heather thought that she was called Lefty because she was a shoplifter.
Oh,
with really her left boob was bigger than the other one. I was like, now you know what, y'all crazy. Like, y'all crazy. They was having a good time.
I thought that was a little odd, not like odd, but I thought that was a little like, oh, they're talking like so. But I think in the next episode we kind of get more insight into where they're kind of at with their relationship right now. So I wasn't really once we saw that, I wasn't too what is wrong with this thing? I'm trying.
And I did feel like, did you feel like when Whitney and Monica were getting ready to go talk to Angie that Monica was a little more lit than Whitney was? I feel like Monica was like, I don't know. I feel like Monica, it wasn't like liquid courage because I don't think she needs liquid courage, but I do feel like, because even when they went to go pour the drink for Angie off the ice, she was like, "Oh, get every little drop." She was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Yeah," because like basically you're gonna need it or something. But there was a look in Monica's face like, "Girl, I'm about to flip your world upside down," and I just kind of felt like this might have not been the moment to tell her. Like y'all could have told her. I don't think that drinking and with at that time in that setting was the time to tell her. Especially
it wasn't, and I think it was more like Whitney is I guess there's more of she has more of a relationship with these women like than Monica does. So I think that there was more of a vested interest and like I not saying again because this is all grounded on mess, but I think with this it's like to a degree Whitney probably did really feel like, oh wow, this is okay. This is a lot. This is not what I thought she was gonna say. Like she was probably more blindsided. Monica doesn't really have as much time in with these ladies, so it probably didn't really resonate with her. Like she probably didn't really have as much not that she was not compassionate, but I can't seem to make this bigger.
That's right. Just a look. That's when Mary was looking. I was like, and it's so funny because Heather just gave it a look like, girl, you should have told her, Mary, with the outfit you got on. I think you might want to not leave me alone because I'm not in the mood for your shenanigans today. Like that's I need people to talk to Mary. Like the same way when somebody said, "Hey girl, come over here," she was like, "Don't talk to me like that." But she in this setting there said to Heather or one of them girls, she said something girl. I said, "Oh, so you can talk to them like that, but they can't talk to you like that." Got it, Mary. Mary thinks she standards. Everything she's something bigger than she is. You know, she remember how she was in her church. She might as well be on the cross, y'all, in her church. That's how much Mary is almost worshipped in her church. And she thinks that everybody that's not in her church should be treating her the same way. Girl, if you don't get on my face, I ain't about to treat you like that. You're weird. Something's wrong with you, and you need to be put in your place sometimes. Like, I'm waiting for Monica. Monica keeps saying, "Yeah, she's my." She said that she's like my bestie in my head. I'm like, girl, don't let that smooth taste fool you, girl, because she gonna get you on one of them times. She's doing it. She's throwing a jag. She's jabbing.
She said something at one point. She was like, "Yeah, like
pizza."
We're best or like she said something.
I just saw you. I wrote it down. She said she was like, right here it is. I said so because in my notes I said, and the fact that okay, so let me go right here.
And Meredith and Mary said something back. I said,
Monica,
she wasn't joking. That serious.
But how she always talks about eating. Monica tells her, "I love food." Mary says she don't care what she said to Monica. You don't care what you eat, and she said. And the fact that she would tell Monica that to eat vegetables when we saw her go to the shuttle to eat McDonald's, girl, bye. But she did tell Monica she's a beautiful girl, but just don't eat her life away. I said, so rude. That's what I put in my notes. Monica said she likes that Mary is straightforward. So in her head, they're besties. That's what she said. I said, girl, no, you're not. No, you're
not. Mary couldn't care less. Like
Mary's looking at you sideways, girl. No, she's not nowhere trying to be your bestie. Nothing. She's not. She's going to learn. She's getting to know you. I think she likes that you don't kiss nobody's butt. Probably Meredith a little bit, but like as far as her going off on Lisa, in the thing, I think she's like, okay, this girl got a little backbone. You know, I might not be able to just say anything to her. Unlike Angie kind of bows down to Mary when she told her, girl, don't talk to me like that. I don't like that. Don't talk to me like that. Angie was just like, oh, okay. And what she could have said was like, oh, my bad. You know, but you don't have to talk to me. You don't have to be so rude when you tell me not to talk to you like that. Like, you need to nip stuff in the bud, because if not, it's going to happen again and you're going to be mad. So, back to, I found it funny what when Whitney was in her confessional says that Meredith is coming for Angie, when in this scene we see Monica actually ask Meredith. That's when he was asking. She was the one that asked Meredith, because to me, Whitney is trying to make it seem like Meredith. No, wait, how do I put it? Angie. Yeah, Angie. She don't want Angie to think that Monica is the one coming for her. She wants it to be back on Meredith. That's what the problem is.
Yeah.
Why Whitney is so invested. Whitney is invested because the rumor is coming out. Monica knows the rumor, but she is like, don't make this a thing about Monica knowing the rumor, because who threatened the rumor in the first place was Meredith. And that's where Whitney is having a issue with the girls, because she's really trying to keep it on track to put who the blame is on, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got that.
Yeah, they had grabbed Angie to take the shot and stuff, and get her kind of in the right, I guess, headspace to be able to receive this information, which I don't understand how you would think that, but whatever.
She picked up on it too fast. They could not even get her in that mood. Did she not see their face?
I was right with her, because I hate when people do that. Like, if you have something to tell me, just say it. Don't be all like what? Like, I don't have time for that. And so then they finally sit her down, and Whitney tells Angie, like, you know, when they were in Palm Springs, Meredith told her and Lisa that Angie should be careful because she knows ish on her. And the ish being stuff about Angie's marriage and her husband. So she's like, oh, she's spreading rumors about my marriage? Oh, okay. Monica then tells her that the rumor is John likes to F other men.
Sean.
Yeah, I said
John is Lisa's cousin. Yeah, Sean.
That's a clothing line by the anyway. That Sean likes to F other men, and Angie was like, "What?"
She didn't know. She went, "What?" Like,
it was just not. It was not. I guess we'll talk about that in a second. But she was just like totally.
She said, like, Angie said, "No, in what? No." She said, "You're freak. Are you freaking kidding me? Mm-hmm. Are you freaking kidding me? That's freaking crazy." She's like, "I've been with my husband for 27 years." Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And we're loyal to each other. Like, what? Meredith needs to stop lying about other people's marriages, and the only one who needs to stop spreading their legs outside of their marriage is Meredith.
Woo, child. That's what I got it verbatim.
Okay. So then Monica says that she says that his boyfriends need to be quiet because they're the ones running their mouths. And I'm like, saying Meredith said that. And Angie said she's sick and tired of the lies, and people do not talk about her or her family like this. She then proceeds to stand up and head in the direction of Miss Meredith Marks.
She actually says, no one talks about her family or her marriage like this, and she's a sick bitch. I said, ooh, well, and that's how we end that right there with that. Now, before we do start the next segment, there's one, if you play that game in the chat, in the bushes, whatever you're doing, hit the like button on both our channels, please. Now, what I do want to discuss is when they were on What's Happening. Angie was on What's Happening. Watch What Happens now. After that one, and her and her husband, the husband was in the audience, and she was on the show. Now, the only reason I'm bringing this little part up is because Andy asked Sean, how does he feel about the rumor? And he said, basically, same thing kind of what the girls were saying, that he's been through this before. You know, him being a hairstylist, this has came up before, but the thing that bothers him the most is that he has been, it's the infidelity. It's not about who the infidelity is with, whether it's a man or a female. It's the fact that you guys are saying that I'm cheating on my wife. And that goes against my God and my religion, and we're not going to do that. And then the fact that, you know, and that's the part that kills me, is that I don't like rumors. Like, if you're gonna start that, then go and find out who said it. And if whoever's telling you, like, well, what facts you got? No, that's what I heard, and don't tell me. I don't want to hear it. Don't entertain that kind of bull. Like, don't do that. We're in a small town, so don't do that. So I kind of felt bad for Sean, and I feel like, I don't know if he's cheating or not. That's not for me to say. I just feel like if he's not, I think it's kind of jacked up that he's in this position. And even Andy said, you know, he was sorry about that. You know, did this happen? He was like, sometimes it does happen to the house, because remember that happened with not Chris. Oh my gosh, Ashley's husband on Potomac. Remember, he was accused of being gropey on men. Ashley's husband.
Oh yeah.
Remember? So Andy was trying to tell him, like, I'm sorry this is happening. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes they come after the husbands. We don't like that they do that, but I'm sorry. So that was basically the end of that. And they both just, you know, said that, you know, we're not even about to entertain it. So I just want to put that out there, that they did have some sort of, you know, that they were on a show together, and that they have talked about it since the show, because, you know, we won't really get to talk about it until the reunion. So it was good to hear him, you know, again in this time.
Yeah, I mean, he addressed it. I like how he made it more about, I mean, I understood why, yes, if a person is not guilty of said thing, then it is good that he made it about, like, no, it's not even, it doesn't even matter who it's with. It matters the fact that you're trying to, you know, accuse me of something as heinous as, you know, adultery. So that's more, you know, it shouldn't, like, who cares, like, if it's a freaking, what type of being it is. But only at the end of the day, I'm not, you know, if he says it's not true, then okay, cool. It's not for us to kind of, only they know the truth at the end of the day. And exactly. I don't know. We can't deny the fact that regardless if it is true or not, clearly whatever they got going on works for them. So why should we, like, that's not like read whatsoever. Like, that's not a flex at all to call somebody out for something that clearly, like it was just said, they have, quote unquote, he does stuff with other men or whatever, they have an arrangement. Okay, so then this is actually a really good day that we talk about this, because of the freaking, I don't know if you guys know, you guys probably do if you've been watching the blogs today. It was the first thing I freaking saw when I freaking opened my phone today. This whole Will and Jada, they've been separated since 16, whatever. Y'all have to start understanding that marriage looks different to everybody. My marriage looks completely different than your marriage, looks completely different than that person's marriage. Like, everybody's stuff looks completely different. So yes, if somebody has more non-traditional elements as a part of their marriage, then so be it. Who am I to look and say anything about that? Like, I'm not, and I refuse to, because at the end of the day, I really don't care, and that's not my place. So the world will be such a better place when people start to realize that. And this kind of goes along with that, if you ask me, because clearly it's not broke over there. This seems to be working as far as they got all these businesses and all this stuff going on. So clearly their dynamic works for them. Period.
Right. Exactly.
That's
You got to respect that. You have to respect that part of it as well. Whether you agree or not agree, you have to respect it. So that's where that goes. So yeah, now so we get into episode 6. Right?
Yes, episode 6, Apres Rumor, y'all. But before we do that, I'm gonna need you guys to like this video. And we're back.
Appreciate that. Thank you for doing that.
Do you want to do this one, or do you have notes for this one, right? Or...
Oh yeah, do I have some notes? I know the first thing that I put on my notes is Lisa is not the victim! Exclamation point! Exclamation point. that's just gonna sum
because
for
she, yeah.
This is
she
that
to make it appear was
that's what it should have been called. Lisa's the victim. Like, so anyway, so remember, Angie was going to go confront Meredith. So when Angie goes to confront Meredith, she denies everything. Then Whitney chimes in, and Meredith denies everything, all the accusations. Like, what did I? Huh? What do you mean? What are you saying? I was like, okay, Meredith, can I get it out so you can know what you're denying? Because you're not even letting them get a word in out edgewise because you're so ready to say you didn't do it. Which, here's the thing. Technically, Meredith did not start the rumor or put the rumor out. What Meredith did was tell Lisa that she had information about Sean, which is Angie's husband. She said that angrily, drunkenly, and it was a threat. So with that being said, that's what she is guilty of. She knew about this rumor, and she told somebody else outside of Angie that she knew a rumor and she don't want to be messing with me because I will go into it. So that's what Meredith is wrong on. Not starting the rumor, not pushing the rumor out, not starting it up. So it's taking Meredith by storm. Hey, sister. It's taking Meredith by storm because she's like, girl, I ain't said nothing about you. And she's like, you did. And so it kind of was weird for us to be on the outside watching this when we know that Meredith did the rumor and said she was going to could spread the rumor, but she didn't. So anyway, Angie says, Meredith, you're spreading rumors while you're the main one spreading your legs. Meredith walks off. Angie chases her and says, tells her, don't turn your back on me. We gonna hash this out. Angie decides to ask Lisa, because Meredith had walked over there to where Lisa was. Lisa's sitting on the couch, don't know what's going on, has no idea what the heck's going on. And here come Angie. She said, Lisa, how did you feel when you had rumors, when there was rumors flying around about your husband and stuff, and your infidelities and sleeping around? And Lisa's like, wait, what? What are we talking about? And so, it was like a ball of confusion in that moment because, like I just told y'all, it wasn't said. Meredith didn't say it. So when she goes to confront Meredith about saying something she didn't say, Meredith is right by saying, I didn't say that. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. But it still looks bad because you didn't know about the rumor. So that little scene was kind of chaotic.
Mm-hmm. Wait, did you?
Wait,
we also that little sliver of a second when Lisa, or not Lisa, when Angie tries to, she's got to really get that in check, putting her hands on people.
Oh, I was gonna say that was in our old scene. That was back. So I have the notes for that because that's when what happened was, first of all, when Lisa and Monica, we're just gonna go back for a hot second because this is a key part that I wanted to say, but we started talking about other stuff. When Monica and Lisa first started talking about reading the room and the materialistic stuff and all this stuff, Monica had walked away from her and went over there to Heather and Lisa. They ended up back together, but Monica was talking to Lisa and Angie jumped in it. And when Angie jumped in it, she took some food and tried to tell Monica to shut up and tried to shove some food in Monica's face. And that's when Monica
backed out. That's exactly.
Oh my gosh. And so that's when she put her plate down and was like, Angie, if you don't stop. And then that's when Lisa got over there and was like, girl, you gonna stop. And Monica was like, if you don't get your hands out my face. I was like, see, the Latina girl don't play. She's here to tell you
that too. But when in this scene though too, when Meredith tried to get up and walk away from Angie, and she was like, I'm done with this. Like, this is, you need to talk to me with respect. Angie tried to like kind of grab her arm to like be like, no, you're going to talk to me about this or whatever. So that was 2 times in one. And I feel like, didn't she do this again? Like she has a habit of getting a little handsy. And we know that that's not a good thing to have on the Housewives. We don't like when people can't keep their hands to themselves. So she needs to work on that. That's just my only critique about that.
I agree. That was crazy. Doing all of that. So, but you had another point from that because I wanted to talk about the fact that Angie tried to put that food in that girl's face or try to stick it in her mouth to make her shut up. I was like, girl,
yeah, she did.
You trying to get your behind, kid. You trying to go up here? Huh?
That was strike 1. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was too much. So this is when we get where Mary's like, Mary said she can't believe she wasted another outfit on this event. Like, where is the food? When are we eating? And I put, yeah, she's being a complaint puss. She complains about, why are you here, Mary? Mary, why are you here? Because you complain too much. So Lisa makes so she has Lisa. No, Lisa goes and go get a pizza made for Mary, right? Because she go get this pizza made for Mary, and that's when Monica was like, "Oh yeah, that's exactly what we need. We need a good pizza." And that's when Mary's like, "Yeah, you can order your own." I was like, "There she go."
But it's like she takes the like, because it's not funny because she's serious. Like
she's dead serious. Like. Somebody's being nice to you. Yeah, we're trying to change the mood. We're trying to, get a pizza. Let's eat. Hey, you need to get your own.
That's what I was talking about before. I think when, I don't know if it was Palm Springs or once I got back, whatever. When Monica was like, yeah, she said something along the lines of like starting to really like Mary or she said something nice. And Mary was like, I really don't care, but I really don't, or whatever. And it was just like.
That's why I want to go. I would love to be and I'm not even a mean person. I get tired of people taking my kindness for weakness. So I feel like she can tell that them girls are not going to be combative with her. So she uses that against them.
Did we already talk about Heather and the Snoop Dogg thing?
Yes, but what we did. We talked about why why it was brought up, but we didn't bring that was all. So when Monica went back over there to go tell Lisa and Angie what was said, she's like, yeah, she told us, I'm talking about, I never said I was talking about Snoop Dogg. And Heather's like, oh, well, I met Snoop Dogg. She changed the whole subject real quick. Well, I met Snoop Dogg. She was like, you did? Monica was like, you did? She's like, yeah, girl. And that's when the picture came up. So yeah. Yeah, that was cute. But I already knew, we already saw that picture before. We talked about Heather meeting Snoop Dogg on a past season. She can meet my twin. She can meet my twinner. She can hang out.
I believe it. Obviously.
I mean, we can tell.
I wasn't surprised if I could put anybody on the cast, like if I could be like, who met Snoop Dogg? I would literally be like, probably Heather. Like
Heather, it'd be bad weather. It'd be one of them two. One of them. The cousin. No way with anybody else. And the fact that Lisa thinks that she could, if I wanted to, I could. Girl, shut up. Shut up. So anyway, then here's another thing that rubbed me the wrong way. So because I might have skipped some stuff, so you might come in between, because I thought, I was like, well, anyway, let me just put this out there. Mary goes to go get her pizza. She walks over to the guy, and she's like, are you gonna give me my pizza? He was like, well, no, you can put it in a box. She's like, oh, you don't have customer service. He said, no. I just didn't want to put my hands on your pizza. She was like, oh, so you're lazy. Girl,
her up on Twitter. I was looking because it's still Twitter to me. They were not here for how she was acting, especially in that part. Like everything else was one thing, but that
guess what would happen with her pizza? I'd have smashed it together and then I'd have gave it to her. Now eat that.
We would not be.
It would have been an accident. I'd have accidentally flipped the pizza in your box the wrong way, and you would go home and won't be mad. You don't talk to people like that. Just like go back when Monica and Lisa were talking before she was like, you need to read the room and I work hard for my things. And Monica to tell her, girl, we all work hard. These people working right here at this food spot that you got right here, they work hard. I need people to understand, just because you got a high-end job don't mean you ain't working that this McDonald's worker ain't working just as hard. Stop trying to make people beneath you. I don't like that. It made me mad. So yeah, she gonna tell that man, you're just lazy. You're right. And now you can stand right here by yourself and talk by yourself and box your own pizza up, lady. Get out my face. So leave it. Oh, so you see, so the event is almost over. Angie had to walk by until Meredith.
She touched her again.
She said, hey, yeah, you're so miserable. That was her again. Huh?
She touched her again. After she said, don't touch me.
Told me, don't touch her, but here she come. Yeah, you're so miserable. All right, Meredith, you're so miserable. She was like, girl. So in the confessional, Lisa says she doesn't know how her Meredith is going to move forward since she's still showing the same behavior, and that Meredith is playing the victim when really Angie is the victim, and so is she, because her party was ruined. So that's victim one. Let's keep tally, people. Victim one. This is when she claimed herself to be a victim right here, because her party was messed up.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
What happened?
I had to look up. Do you remember that part where Whitney was like, she like got up and she was like, I need a vial of I think it's a type of champagne. I didn't know what she
a Valve or something. Yeah.
I was like, what is that? Like, I had to
look it up. Oh, it was champagne? What you thought it was?
No, I was just completely like, what does that mean? What is she talking about? Because they put the caption up there and everything. I was like,
can you pull up your sister's what is she talking about? Mary does no wrong. I will beat her up. Don't you know
watching? She hasn't been watching.
She don't do no wrong. You're right. She don't do no wrong or no right.
There's no way you would have said that if you saw how she was acting last night. So
y'all think Mary is rude.
What?
You know she's rude. You know she's rude and crude and need to go sit down. The only thing I like about Mary is that she don't look as old as she look, and her wigs are better this season.
we started off okay, but she just been.
Yeah, I didn't like the wig at this event. I was like,
no, I mean, like we started off, she wasn't that bad, and then this last
yeah.
night she.
Well, no, not necessarily, because even when she went in Meredith's door, she was all out of breath. She was like, "You need to fix your door." I was like, "You're just
but
that."
it was like still kind of like.
Okay, so okay, let me go back. So maybe I am being a little bit. I think
it started at Palm. Once we got to Palm Springs. Once we got to Palm Springs, and she started just being like overly. I was like, "Why are you like?" It stopped being funny. Like the first couple times, hee ha ha ho ho, and then it just stopped being funny. It was just like,
it's like you're too old for this. That's how I'm looking at her. They're too old to be acting like this.
It's not funny because she clearly acts like this in real life.
Right.
I thought she was going to somehow. I don't know why I thought she was going to somehow come on to Watch What Happens Live and be kind of different, but no, she doesn't. No, see, we're going to disagree because there's no reason why you should be acting rude to people that are acting rude to you. She can act that way when she got Whitney together. That's cool. When she got Lisa together and said what she said to Lisa, that's fine. But you're not going to sit here and tell me that it's cool to be talking to a person who is there to service you and be of service. Right. And you're giving them your ass to kiss. Like, that's not cool. And you will get cursed out if you come near me with that. So you might want to stay in Salt Lake City, Miss Mary.
Period. And she said what she said and meant what she said. Okay, girl.
I like when people do. And especially I think that's too because I live down here too, and like.
Oh yeah, you ain't playing with them up down there. We like, not.
And people think that they could talk and treat people a certain way. I don't like that. I don't care, and it don't matter if somebody. Like if somebody wants to treat you one way or whatever, that's a reflection of them. But like, I'm never going to. No, that's not cool.
Oh, our sister wants to troll.
I'm not.
Oh, little girl. You know we love you. So anyway, Angie finally discussed with her husband Sean the rumors that it's just the next morning. After she didn't even go home and tell Sean that night. This the next morning, and that big old bed. Like, was that three? That's got to be three, three twin size beds next to each other.
It's either that or two queen. Like that's bigger than a regular king size bed. Like,
oh no, that's not a king. That's and look, one of my sisters. She has an overseas California king, or it's not even called a California king, but it's how beds are rectangle. Mm-hmm. Her bed is perfectly square. It's perfectly square. It's not longer this way and then shorter this way with the sheets. She has to get sheets from across the sea because there's none that would fit her bed because the kind of bed.
I was gonna say, where does she get bedding from?
She has to get them from where she probably bought the bed from. I want to say it's somewhere else. It wasn't in California or it wasn't out here.
No, that's not. A California king is more long than it is wide. Mm-hmm. That's some other thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I have a California king. I'm in my bedroom, so I'm over here looking at my bed. Like my bed looks pretty big, but her bed looks
tall. So a regular king was fine. A regular king was fine.
So Angie finally discussed with her husband Sean the rumors that is being spewed against amongst the girls. It broke Sean's heart. He cried. She told him that that it's a rumor that you are having relations with me. Oh, I didn't realize that he wore that hat, and then because I was like, didn't he look cute both times? And that's why there's two different things going on. He had
they don't use formal hats. Like on my side, I wouldn't have been as mad if he put like the. It wasn't enough hat,
but that he was that brim was brimming. That bill, well, that thing was billing, boy. So anyway, he broke down and cried. It broke his heart. He cried. He does not want his daughter to find out this rumor. A rumor when, for one, it's the infidelity, and that he is sleeping with a man. So Angie consoles her husband as much as she can. Sean questions Sean question was, what did we do to Meredith? Like, what did I do? What did we do to Meredith that she would want to come at us like that? You know, and Angie's like, I don't know. We've been together 24 years. It's us against the world for us. So I don't know why she would do that. And he's just like, it broke my heart to see him cry, because not for nothing. There is a stigma against male hairstylists, and it's jacked up. It's so jacked up. I can't stand it, because I worked with a few straight hairstylists that, and I'm not saying that there isn't no gay hairstylists. There are, but not all male hairstylists are gay, and I just hate that they think that, and that even they said that earlier, that this rumor, even because remember they asked Heather, did you know the rumor? She said, yeah, I heard the rumor, but
if you wear a cardigan and you're gay, so
Heather always got a good joke, something to lighten the mood. But yeah, so it was, I felt sad in that moment. What did you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, again, if this is just a rumor, if this is just whatever, then yeah, I can understand how that would be upsetting. I'm glad, and I can't even argue with him being like, as it stands, she's no longer invited in this house. Like, you can't even argue with that, because if you can come out your mouth and say something that's so outlandish about me, then yeah, you're no longer, you're not a friend, you're a foe at that point.
Not only does he not want her to come to the house, he don't want to be around her at all.
Around her, period.
He doesn't want to be around her at all.
He does not want to be around that woman. And I mean,
I don't blame him. If that was me and that was my husband, I don't know if I could even. I don't even know. I don't know what I would do in that moment. I think Angie handled herself pretty well. She made a point across. She got in, not like got in her face, but didn't let her walk away unscathed, and got back in her face and said, yeah, you're not going to turn your back on me. You're going to hear this. Even though, like I said, Meredith literally wasn't the one to say it. Monica told you. She was the one that said it was a threat. Now, I'm prone to believe what Heather said, which is, yeah, I heard the rumor. A lot of people have heard it. I don't think it's just amongst this group. I don't.
But then, yeah, exactly. And then that also made me be a little confused, though. I hope Angie was taken aback by the fact that Meredith said it, not that it was said at all. Because then they asked her, like, has she ever heard that or anything like that? And she was like, no. But then in this scene, she was like, they've been saying that for the past 30 years or whatever. So which one is it? Have they been saying that and it's just a rumor that you've heard before? Or have you never heard this and it was completely out of nowhere? Like,
she's definitely heard that before, because when they showed the pictures of him back in the day when they first met and how they was being courted, and he was her stylist. Yes, ma'am. Oh, he was cute. He's a cutie pie. I ain't gonna lie. I find him attractive. I do. And it's funny, on the picture, when you go back to the picture with him and her, when he reminds me, not look wise, but he reminds me of how Whitney's dad was.
Who's
a stylist.
Maybe that's why she was. Why didn't she say that? Her dad is a stylist. Yes, he is. And
hello, make the dots connect, babe. Connect the dots. Connect.
I forgot that he was, and she should have been like, look at my dad. He's living proof that
unless he
male stylists are gay.
So yeah, we will. That's just something that's gonna go on till the end of time, y'all. We ain't never gonna get away from
like ever, and it's so corny.
It is. It don't make no sense, but hey, it is what it is. So now we get in the scene. I didn't write a lot on this scene, but we got Lisa and her son Jack going to get pedicures, and pretty much discussing that she told Heather last because she really didn't want to hear what she had to say, because she wrote the book about going away from the Mormon church, and her son Jack is about to go on a mission for 2 years, which means he's about to be away from the house away from he doesn't even know where he's going, because when you go on a mission, they send you where you want to go. And it's so funny because I lived in a building with a couple of, I ain't gonna say two, it might have been four of them, but some Mormons in my building before I moved. This is now the kids were like, oh yeah, McKinley was just born, so 13 years ago. Like 13 years ago, there was Mormons in my building, and they rode their bikes and they went door to door. They all wore the white shirts with the gray slacks and stuff, and they rode the bike to get to where they want to go and do everything. So they say that's the missions, and they can go anywhere around the world. And Lisa is so mad that what was that? Our sister's picture that popped up? How did that happen? You worse than me? No, I'm worse than you. I put up in our last one. I think I put our crown. I put up Shady and Mason.
I'm joking.
Oh, I hope you're okay. So she doesn't know where he's going, and Lisa was mad because she's like, dang, I wish he was going to Milan or whatever. I think that's what it was. So they discussed that, and Jack got a good head on his shoulders. I think he's a cool kid, and I feel like he needs to get away from his mama, because all the junk food and stuff that she was feeding him, I just feel like she don't even cook.
She sat down when they were getting their pedicures and whatever. She sat down and was like eating chocolate or something. I was just like,
this is what she eats
every day, all day.
She be like, oh no, and her diet, and then have the nerve to have a Diet Coke every time. Like, yeah, girl, you eating all that sugar and you have a Diet Coke. Okay, makes no sense. Do you remember anything else about that scene? Because that's all I put. I didn't put much about that scene because I was like, we're beating a dead horse. We know he's leaving. We know you're sad about it. We got it. Okay.
Yeah, that's really all. I didn't put a lot either. I think the only other thing was just kind of like the breakdown of like how she kind of sees herself as, I guess, less than worthy to come into the beautiful freaking temple and stuff like that. All says she goes to church every Sunday. So as it stands right now, John will be in attendance no matter what, but she
ain't putting them garments on. She drinks alcohol and she don't wear them garments. That
she be living her life.
Yeah, she living her life. Because because she wants to go support Dolce and Gabbana. So like that's her whole get down.
Whatever. I mean, if that's how you want to live, then that's how you want to live. So.
I I love that dang on fur she had on. I know that though.
Her outfit looks so. I think she had on like these jeans and
and they had the black kind of like chap pants. They look cute. I said,
it's really cute.
Very cute. So Lisa and Whitney go to Angie's house.
Wait, we forgot one scene.
Yeah, see, I told you because of some scenes I was like, my sister will probably have what I missed.
Well, I think even before we got with Lisa and Jack, we got a little quick scene with Monica at home getting the girls ready. I didn't really have much for that, really, but we did see her at home.
Oh yeah, because it was like 6:50. Yeah.
And she was waking them up, getting them ready for school. She was feeding them. She's making the bacon. She's feeding the dog. She was doing all the things. And when she finally gets them in the car, and I only bring this up because I want to see what you're going to say. She says that her childhood was very different in comparison to her girls. Her and her mom, they moved a lot. They were always moving because her mom was always looking for something bigger and better. Her exact words. And a lot of times that was at her expense. And y'all, if you've been here since, well, actually, this is only our second episode because whatever. If you were here last week,
we reviewed them all though.
We reviewed all before last week. So if you haven't watched those, go check that out. But we learned in some of those episodes or whatever, I was like, there's something with her and her mom. And I hope we get into it. I don't want to ever exploit anybody's relationships or anything, but something is there. And I said that mainly because of the whole dad situation and her throwing out the pictures and not ever talking about him. And I knew there was something there. And it seems like we're going to start to peel back those layers. Yeah. I thought it was another season or two, but it seems like we're into it even a little bit this season.
A
But,
lot of it.
you know, the only thing that she can count on is that she cannot count on her mom. And I was just like,
ooh, that was harsh.
But I mainly wanted to. She has what, a 17-year-old, like a 12-year-old, like and a 6-year-old, and I think an 8-year-old. You know, she's doing the mommy thing or whatever. I ain't got no kids, but I was like, why does that little girl? She's 5, but she still has a pacifier and be drinking out of a bottle. I was just kind of
wait. Go back to the bottle real quick. Is the bottle open?
No, there's a nipple on that bottle.
There's a nipple on that. Oh wow.
I was like, why? See, I feel like she'd be making her, I don't know. She wouldn't be so stressed out if maybe she let them like grow up. Because why? That little girl's 5.
Yeah, that's too much. I have my grandbaby's 5, and she ain't on no pacifier or no bottle. She drinks out of a regular cup or a water cup. And my baby and my grandbaby, my 5-year-old one is on the spectrum. So man, she ain't know nothing of that.
So yeah,
like, what are we doing? And no, we're not babying her like that. Like, I love my baby, but she in school, she's talking, she's being verbal and all that good stuff. She tell her granny she love her. So anyway, back to them. But yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So yeah, so we did get that, and you're right. There is gonna be more dynamic, and there is something there. I love that we're starting to peel them layers back, like you said. I'm digging that part of it because there is going to be some things in this episode that'd be like,
yeah, we get even a little bit more in this episode. That's
like to Bar's point, they are going to peel back layers a lot faster than usual, which is we're here for that. We're always here for that. You ain't got to bring her on for the second season to let us really know who she really is. I love this. Is there any other scene before we get to Lisa, Whitney, and Angie? So we get to Lisa, Whitney. We go to Angie's house. Lisa and Whitney go over there because they want to check on her and find out, how she's doing from finding out about the rumor. So they get over there. Lisa is happy because she's like, oh, we're at, I love coming to a Greek's house because they like to feed you. And, she had a charcuterie board and all that. And there was a little joke made about, I just said about the Diet Coke. She's all this, weird food and she wants a Diet Coke. She asks, Angie, you got a Diet Coke? She's like, oh man, I'm sorry, I don't. And her and Sean's gone. And she's like, oh, it's okay, I'll just get one on the way home. And then Whitney said, oh no, you probably got one in the car. Like, that's how much she drinks. So that was funny. I was here for that little funny part. They tell Angie tells them she finally told Sean this morning and that he cried. He, it upset him really bad. And they were taken aback, like, say what? Like, wait, that's terrible. I was voicing, so I'm reading and I'm like, Lisa and her professional.
That's why I said Ethan before.
I know. Like, Lisa and her professional seem to feel sorry. Oh, in her confessional. Lisa in her confessional seems to feel sorry for Angie in this moment, but it always goes back to her. She said she wished somebody would have came and checked on her when she and Meredith went through this last year. Here she go. Here she come bringing herself back in it, and that she would. Now remember, they are there to go talk to Angie, console and comfort Angie about this rumor, and that's what they're there for. Correct? That's what they're there for. So, last year being that Angie. Okay, so Angie speaks on how this could affect Electra, her daughter. I love that name. Electra, her daughter, and somehow it goes right back to Lisa saying she understands what she was going through because her and Sean is just like Lisa and John. They're together all the time. They do everything together. So I understand. I'm like, okay, Lisa, you showing your narcissism. I'm gonna need you to slow it down. And so Whitney has been very level-headed during this whole ordeal. I might add, that's what I put on there. Lisa just keeps making it about her, and I don't know why she does that. Whitney tries to explain that Monica was coming from a friend's point of view when she told Angie and Lisa, or when Angie and Lisa decided to say, I mean, she was coming from a good place. Monica was coming from a good place when they decided to tell Angie about the rumor. And Monica, no, what I put. So Angie, in this moment, this is when Lisa is like, she don't really feel like Monica was coming from a good place. I think they want to be mad evil queen of Snow White, at least. And made it about her.
It really did, though.
You know, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining us and coming out the bushes. But girl, that she a mess.
We were on track, and then it just like took a sharp right, and I was just like,
yeah. Because so here's how it took the right. Because I'm trying to read it right. So it says Monica, and so Whitney tries to explain that Monica was coming from a friend's point of view when she told Angie, and Lisa decides to say no, because Monica makes up stuff like she's making up that stuff about Snoop Dogg, and talking about me and Snoop Dogg, and Whitney so you can tell Whitney's starting to get irritated because Whitney's in the middle, Lisa's sitting over here, and Angie is sitting over here, and however, but she keeps looking at the both of us. Her and Angie keep checking eyes like, okay, so wait, Lisa, you could like, you're trying to make this about you. But she don't say it. She just gives her the look like, okay. And so, okay, so like I said, I can tell that Whitney is getting irritated because she keeps noticing Lisa is being a big narcissist right now in this moment when it's about Angie and her husband. Whitney says Monica shouldn't be blamed for the rumor. It comes from it came back to Angie. Yeah, Monica should not be blamed for the rumor coming out and it getting back to Angie. She was being a friend, and Meredith is the one that started this. I don't agree with Whitney with that. I don't agree that it started with Whitney in that moment. That moment is, Meredith. Meredith didn't start that in that moment. I feel like, to me, Monica and Whitney decide to start that in that moment. They didn't have to go tell her about the rumor. That was them being drunk and messy, or drunk and Whitney. I ain't gonna say messy. That's not the word I want to use. Messy. Whitney is like, well, if it was my friend, I would want my friend to tell me. That's a true statement, but in this setting, it's not the right setting. What was you about to say, for?
No, I agree. And also, I was like, if it were me, I would have tried to probe Meredith a little bit more to get some concrete something so that she couldn't backtrack. If she really was trying to be, I would make it so that it's abundantly clear that she was a source of this rumor and this is exactly what she said. Because at the end of the day, to me as a viewer, I don't know if she said it or not. Technically, we just know that she knew something. Right. Meredith never revealed on camera that she knew that he was effing other men. She just said, left it very broad. So if I was them, I would have tried to do some more digging to really get her to tell on herself, and then I would have presented it to Angie. Because as it stands right now, we don't even know. But
we don't know where it came from still. But Meredith is getting the brunt of. So I don't agree with Whitney when she said that part. I'm like, that she started this. So Lisa tells the girls that Heather. When I say the girls were tall, it's the three of them: Lisa, Whitney, and Angie. Lisa tells the girls that Heather was the last one she told because she didn't want no feedback. Okay, so because they were, they be flip-flopping on what they be talking about. So I don't know why I have that there. But she was the last one to tell her. Angie tells the girls that after the trip, Heather, that's why. Angie tells the girls that after the trip that Heather got together, where they talked, got together, and Heather invited Angie to her house, and they're getting in a good place. And what I got Andy said that Heather, I don't know. Oh,
they were painting. Were they painting like birdhouses or something? They was having a cute.
Yeah, they was painting birdhouses, and so Heather said that she just saw her. Heather said to Angie, she saw her being not bullied, but backed into a corner. Made her no, okay. So the Heather said that she just saw her being in a tough spot and on the trip. So I know she reached out to her. So that's why she had reached out to her. And that just made Lisa flip out. Like
she lost it.
Why did she tell her that Heather had compassion for her? that she had compassion in that moment. Oh my God, because that's like I said, Lisa flipped out. Talk about Heather ain't never did that for me. She ain't never ever she's never did that for me. She's not ever, like she's never did that for me. And that's when the light bulb goes off in Whitney and Angie's head. They're like, they didn't have now at this time they're looking at each other like, are you okay? Lisa, are you okay? She's not okay, y'all. I know. She's not okay.
Super triggered. Like I think she even said that she's triggering her because it's bringing back stuff from last year, and how she never received that same amount of compassion from Heather, and it's just like, woe is me, I am the victim. Excuse me, come again. And this is where I have to. These are these handful of the times I actually agree with Whitney, where it's just like, girl, what can we stay on task? Like, we're here for Angie.
I love when she told her that. I was like,
what?
I love you too. We love you too, Jackie. That's my god baby. With the baby, my baby that's in there. If y'all heard any babies crying, she wasn't crying, she'd be in there cooing. Thank you for watching, my baby. I love you. So yeah, girl. So Lisa is like, where was this friendship with her last year? This is bull. This is some real bull. Like she could not. She was appalled. Where was the friendship for me last year? There was no friendship for me.
She really wanted, as freaking Auntie Bernie said, as if she would have even wanted that. Like, you really don't care about not receiving nothing from Heather. So why are you acting like it now?
She used to pay Heather dust.
Exactly. So all of a sudden,
Heather dust.
Her compassion to Angie instead of you, like you don't care.
So Auntie Bernice, why is she so bothered? Why was she so triggered? Because she's a narc and she didn't know what to do with herself? Because I'm like trying to figure it out. Oh, my son is in the building. I love y'all. I love you too, son. I love you too. That is my second to the youngest. That's my 16-year-old. That's so sweet, you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button on Barb's channel. My two babies. Y'all make sure y'all hitting on both. So yeah, that was just crazy. I didn't know what I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. So I know Whitney and Angie was like, what? I know they're gonna have their own talk. Like, what's going on with her?
Where did it come from? Like, goodbye.
That's so sweet. All the aunties saying hi. It's so sweet. Okay, so now we're back. That scene ends. So now we're with Meredith and her son Jack. They're going snowshoeing. We find out Meredith had a really bad accident. Wait, 1 minute. I missed something.
Brooks is
Brooks. I'm sorry, you're right. All right. I'll put Jack's. My bad. Why? Well, yes, Lord. The goggles.
Things to say, like, why was there so much going on in this scene visually for me? Like, what is going on?
Ponytail.
The ponytail, the fur head.
The fur around the head. Then she she ended up putting, you didn't get a picture, but she ended up putting her sunglasses on with that.
I didn't see that. I just was like,
she had on dark glasses, and the reason why I remember it so well, because you know what she said to him? I love that while she had her sunglasses on, I love that you got the goggles on your on like sunglasses. But she had on sunglasses at that time when she said, I said, this is a mess. She's stressing about her son, and Heather's gonna be at her target. Oh, thank you, Auntie. Thank you. It makes sense.
Oh, but actually, before we even got in the car, she tells us, which again is very unfortunate that this occurred.
Well, I was together. I thought they were in the car discussing. I mean, she's in her confessional talking about. They're in the car. She's in the confessional talking about it because it's triggering that she's in this snow, and it's reminding her. That's what. That's why it feels like there was before she's in a confession, girl, with her Captain Crunch fur on. Come on, girl.
I was like, what is going on? There was so much going on. Actually, wait.
It was during she was in the confessional. They were talking. I have it right here too, because that was the next thing I was like. I said Meredith and her son Brooks go snowshoeing. We find out that Meredith and her friend Kathy had a bad accident after Lisa's event. Meredith after the event, Meredith gets to Meredith tries to get Jack to talk about his ex-boyfriend. Yeah, they almost went over the cliff. Thank goodness Meredith's driver, because they were being driven. So they neither one of them were driving. So that's even worse, because now you feel really out of control. And like Meredith said, it was really a life-changing experience. I wouldn't say life-changing because she's still up to her old tricks, but saying, she felt like that could have been the last time anybody saw her. She could have, anything could have happened, and she just had this big ordeal with Angie at this event, and then here comes this accident. What's up?
I feel like though, like, and obviously this really did happen. We have literally shows us that it happened. However, I feel like Bravo low-key ain't ish, because based on the music they're playing, they're playing that music when the person's like kind of on some BS or whatever type stuff. They were playing that music, and I'm just like, y'all are not ish. Like, are you guys trying to tell us that we should be looking at Meredith like she's doing the whole Meredith thing right now? I feel like that's what they were trying to give in this moment, because
my baby's in the chat. Hey, Kens. That's my 13-year-old job. That ain't his picture. McKinley, why do you have that picture up there? That's a picture that comes up on my dang on our Netflix, and I'm like, who the heck is this little boy? I don't even know who that is. I don't know if it's a TikTok. I don't know who that is, but it ain't you. But anyway, son, change your picture. The Ice Queen is being a hypocrite with the rumor when she had a meltdown and hired private detective over Jen's liking posts about her son's sexuality. Auntie Brittany, you better come out the archives and tell us what's going on, because I remember this very vividly, and I'm glad you're giving it to our viewers because they need to know. Tell them facts, Auntie. Please tell them.
I didn't know that we were allowed to talk about his sexuality either but I guess after today we are.
Well, then he was 21 then, and he hadn't, he hadn't talked about it. So that I
totally get, but I was just like, wait, we're like, did I miss
something? That's why. So this is what so that's why I said. Meredith tries to get Jack to talk about his relationship or ex-relationship at this point, and what is he looking for in his new boyfriend? And when he starts dating, he so don't want to talk about it. She says, "What do you want? What are you looking for in your next relationship?" Oh, I don't know. What don't you want in your next relationship? Well, I don't know. Read the room, Meredith. He doesn't want to talk about it. Yes, he is more comfortable in his sexuality because we got it. But you are now trying to force him to say something that he don't want to talk about. Don't do that. Stop doing that.
Yeah, I think he's okay with saying this is what it is, but you don't need to know anything more than you don't need to know the intricacies behind it.
Because now you're gonna have people looking for him, trying to talk to him. Oh yeah, I have I heard you on your show say you're looking for woo wop wop, and I am woo wop wop. But I also heard you say you didn't like this, so I don't do that. So no, we're not doing no pre-notions, no preconceiving. I'm not giving nobody that looking at me might think I'm cute on TV and think that they're gonna be able to talk to me on something I said to them. No, we're not doing that. And you should know better, Meredith. Stop. So like I said, he didn't say nothing because of the cameras, but what I did say, I said, but he didn't hold back when he was helping Meredith put her snowshoe on, and she said, had made the mention to, oh, you need to stretch more. He said, oh, I get stretched. That's it. See, you gotta catch him off guard if you're gonna catch him, because you caught.
I wanted to. Oh, I wish I could put like videos up here because I was like, what? Like, what is going on my TV right now? It was too much.
You know what those shoes was, Auntie Bernice? Because I know you. We are people, ladies of a particular age, and you might have not. I don't know if you remember this. I'm trying to think of. Oh, remember the Yogi Bear Christmas? And remember the dude that was the mean dude in it, and he had those shoes on in the snow. They were snowshoes. That's what when I saw that, that's what it reminded me of. Especially when Brooks got to running in them, I was like,
what the?
I don't know what it is.
I was so done at that point. Like, oh gosh.
I was like, see, even Jackie, because Jackie watched it with me too. He said that. He's like, I get stretched out. I said, honey.
I was like, I had to watch it twice because I missed it the first time. And I was like,
I said, oh, Brooks was caught off guard on that one. I said, yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? Oh my God.
Right, Auntie Bernice? Crack me up. I ain't never seen, I didn't even know snowshoes. Those, what are they called? Snowshoes. I don't know. Those are weird. I don't even know how he was walking and running in them. It was so weird. But yeah, so he when he put the snowshoes on, told about the stretch. Right. So now, how did I get to the car with Monica?
Because we go back to the car with Monica.
Okay, because I'm like, they be jumping around so much. So back in the car with Monica and her mom and her nanny. Do you know her nana? Do you know the mom's name? I don't remember. I just keep putting her mom's name. Like, I'm like,
I need to stop calling her Sheila because that's not probably her name, but I just want to say Sheila, but it's not. I can't
remember her name. Anybody can remember her name. Y'all can put it in the chat for me if y'all can remember. If not, I will just be Monica's mom and Monica's nana. Anyway, Monica, her mom, and her nana go over to the seniors citizens little cribs, or those house where, I mean, not the house, but the little center. Senior citizen center. I'll put that. She don't live there. So she go to the center. They playing their little cards and stuff. Monica's all over the top. Like, it was funny to see her be so loud and like, that's my nana, and she loves y'all. Like, yeah, that's her only friends. And her nana is feisty. Feisty. She might have to take your name. She feisty. That nana is a feisty little thing. So anyway, we get there. They let Nana play with her friends, and they step over, and have a little talk, a little chit chat. And so let me make sure. Monica mom wants the girl. Oh, so Monica and her discuss some things. Monica mom wants the girls to be raised in the church and want them to pray and know God and all this good stuff. Nobody's against that, but Monica is like, it's kind of contradictory, mommy, because you know why I left the church, or what the church made me leave.
This is how I feel. I'm right there.
Ooh,
totally don't care about her anymore.
I do not want to trigger my Auntie Bernice, because I feel like I'm triggering her.
This is coming from someone who Monica, I don't agree with everything Monica has done to this day, but on this show, but that mom.
Now we seeing why
do we bring? It's kind of like when we be looking at freaking Miss Joyce like that, or Mama Joyce like that, because why do you need enemies when your mom be your own worst enemy sometimes? Like,
oh my gosh,
I could never.
Yeah, because we're gonna get into a little bit of things, y'all. Remember, we was talking about the layers being peeled back. We're gonna peel back some more layers right up in this area, right up in here. So yeah, so she tells her, like, Mom, why would you say that? You make me feel like I'm a bad mother because I'm not, because I'm not letting them go to church, or we don't belong to a church right now. And she was like, no, her mom was basically like, I'm not saying that. I just think that they just need church and whatever. And she was like, well, we need boundaries. Me and you, we need some boundaries, because you can't just be like, for instance, you can't just be walking up in my house, I knock, nobody come. We'll ring the doorbell. That's not what she said, but that's what I'm thinking. Ring the doorbell, use your phone, because usually when somebody don't come to the door, I usually call them. Like, I'm at your front door. And even if it was my mom's house or my daughter's house, I would still do the same thing, especially, well, she don't have a husband, but even still, it's just common sense. Like, you just don't walk in people's house. So she was like, yeah, because I you come walking in my house, shoot, I might be 69 on my couch. And, and Mom was like, oh my gosh, I hope you're not going to be 69 on your couch. I hope that you're not doing that anyway. But it was say it again.
She was like 69 with the door locked, which I was just like,
my house.
I thought so many.
Yeah, I can have the curtains open if I want to. Don't get it twisted, Mom.
I was just like,
and so we find out that Monica's mom really has issues, because, for one, Monica brings up the fact that, like you said, they moved from place to place. That was one thing they did talk about, and that made her feel a certain kind of way. So Monica's like, I'm not to no disrespect, but I'm being a better mom to my children than you were. And she was like, well, and the mom was like, well, I was a single mom. I was like, well, Mom, I'm a single mom.
And I still do way more with my kids than you ever did with me. So.
And I don't even know how many children, or if Monica has siblings, if she maybe.
Sounds like it was her.
Right. So now we're dealing with you as a single mom with one kid, to her with 4, and her running a business on top of that. Was you running a business, Mom? I don't think so. So, there's like a different dynamic. And so it made me mad to watch Monica really tell her mom, like, lady, you kind of down to me. You, not only that, you cuss me. Well, she didn't cuss her out. I guess they were on the phone and she didn't hang up the phone, or maybe Monica said, I'll call you right back. And Monica didn't hang up the phone, or like one of them didn't hang up the phone. And her mom got to cussing and fussing and talking mess about her. I mean, tore into her, and even called her. I don't know if I did put it. She told her, Monica said she heard her mom say she hate her guts, and that she would never, and that she told her, I would never say that to my child. Called her. Yeah, I often say I didn't write all that down because me and I y'all. We try not to.
Kind of like, which I think, do I have a picture of her?
Oh my god!
This is her the whole time. That's the face of a. I didn't say that. Like, she was just very. I don't know.
I didn't really care, and didn't and wasn't being.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it was like that. Didn't even have no feelings to it.
I'm so sorry.
What are you sorry for? What are you sorry for? I need you to tell me what exactly you're sorry for. Just you saying I'm sorry don't cut it. I just, I'm with y'all. Her name don't matter. Thank you, Auntie Bernice, with that. Her name don't matter. She's a non-factor. Period.
And we probably haven't seen her for very much. I feel like the only reason why we've been seeing her that much, and why Monica's probably even fooling her this much, is because she really don't have no other choice, because she, like, I really don't have nobody else to turn to. I should be able to turn to my mom, and because I'm on the show, and you kind of need to show a little bit more of your family dynamic in this type of show. Other than this, I wouldn't think that she'd even be probably trying to even fool her mom like that. Like, I bet when she was married and she, they have their whole family unit and stuff like that, she probably didn't fool her mom like that.
Right. That's what it's given. They have a fractured relationship, and something needs to give. It's really, really fractured. And even when she was cussing and saying, you know, you was cussing me out, you said this, that, and the third one. Now I had to be like, hey, we not doing all this cussing up in here. They're in the citizens' home, y'all. The senior citizens group spot. It's like, and she is. I'm talking about cussing like a sailor. This is what the king of spades. I like that little thing. You can just call out the little thing, the number, and if you got it, it's like reverse goldfish. I don't know. It's kind of reminded me of goldfish, but so yeah. So we yeah, I'm sure we're gonna indulge and get a little bit more into that. So now we go to bad weather, which is Heather and Whitney. They're hanging out. Whitney and Heather discuss about Lisa and her son going on a mission. Heather is just feeling conflicted with him going, the way she feels about the church, and Whitney really feels like that's his business. And I agree with Whitney. It is his business. And like I said earlier, when we first started, I really feel like Heather is projecting her feelings and her things about the church onto other people. And I don't think that's fair. You know, he has his own mission. He has his own thing. So I just feel like she needs to, unless somebody asks you, don't give your opinion. My church is not going to accept her because of fear, and mama know it. Of course. So why are you pressing that? Why would you press that? Or if you're going to do that, then ask her like, well, have you looked into some other religions? Because if you are so worried about your children, your grandchildren going to heaven or any of that stuff, and you want so busy for them to be prayed up, and there's more than one religion. So why
all of a sudden? Because honestly, I'm not saying you're never too old to accept the man above in your life. I ain't saying that. But in this case, the oldest daughter's 17. That daughter's 12. Like, it's a little late. Obviously, I'm assuming like if she wanted to do that, she would have been did that. It's a little that she kind of sailed a little bit. Like I was like the kids that kid's almost grown. And also, she said she had the oldest daughter when she was 17, which I'm sure we did that math before.
19.
19.
I have my daughter. I have my first daughter at 19.
The oldest daughter 17. She had her at 19. And I want to say, I'm assuming then that's not the ex-husband's daughter then. I don't know. I could be like.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'm just trying to like do the calculations. Like, oh, okay. I don't think so then.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I basically that's what I put. You know, I just don't think you can't only. What I put in my notes is you can tell the next person how to be. You can't tell the next person how to be religious, what religion they can do. You can only do what you can do about your soul, about your religion, and that's the bottom line. I can't make you be a Christian because I'm not. I'm just saying I can't make you a Muslim because I'm one. And I can't, if you are Christian and I'm a Muslim, I can't be down in your Christianity because I'm a Muslim. That's not how that works. So I just feel like Heather needs to just pull back a little bit and let people come to you if they want to come to you. Don't give your opinion so much because it's just your opinion. It's not.
I guess she thought that they were going to be they were going to stand strong and tall together in this, and she was going to be, because she even said it, she's like, you know, just last year you were, you know, acting one way and writing a letter and, you know, denouncing this, that, and other thing. And I guess she thought that she was going to have an ally in this. And I'm like, no, like, just because you want to again be a martyr in the situation, that's on you. But you know, it's clear that y'all have two different outlooks on the situation. And it almost seems like Heather, she's like jumping to conclusions about the situation too. Like she's like, oh, she didn't tell me this. Like calm down. Like take a chill pill. Like she really acting like it's her child or her. Like it's like relax. Like just because she hasn't even asked you about it because you know so much about it, like more than everybody else, like give her a chance. And even if she doesn't, then that's on her. She's not obligated to come to you and ask you anything or rope you into the situation. Like
I'm wondering if Heather. Oh, I have a question for Heather. Now, if we get a reunion question, or let me know, because I have one for Heather, which is what is your end goal with
exactly
the Mormon church? Like, are you trying to bring the Mormon church down? Are you trying to bring awareness that what exactly is going on? Because same thing with Leah Remedy when she did the Scientology thing. She's a mission. So like she's trying to infiltrate. She's trying to make sure y'all understand. Look, these people is crazy. The things that they do, no disrespect, I shouldn't say that because people that's in Scientology, it's your prerogative. But I watched the Leah Remedy Scientology stuff. A lot going on, a lot. Just even the way they take the kids away from the parents and all kind of stuff. So I'm saying to say, but I know with Leah, I know what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? I kind of know what her end goal is. It's to really help to get the people and the kids that are there out of it. Like to watch that show was really, really good. And I just want to know where is Heather trying to go with this? Like, it's not just you writing your book and being denounced, or you stepping away from the church. It's like, where are you trying to go? Are you trying to bring awareness to the church or what they do? Are you trying to get some things changed in it? I don't know where she's going. Because before I thought it was just being therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? I thought that it was just her being, get this off of me. And she did. But now I'm like, but what's the end goal? Where are you going with it? And that's where I really want to know that. Like, and I just hope she got an answer for me.
Yeah, I would be gone in the wind. Like,
oh, that's a good one.
You're always going to be fighting this battle. You're always going to be like, you're not in the community anymore, but you're literally right outside of it. Like, this is the fence. You're like right up against it for forever. I would have been gone. Like, that's a good point.
That is a good point. She definitely should leave. At least you learn so much. Yes. Thank you, Auntie. It was so good. Like, I was stuck on it. And it made me so mad, Auntie, that when I go past the Scientology building, they built one across the street from my, matter of fact, Barbara, when you came to my birthday party down the block, when I told you I worked down because I worked on Market Street in Inglewood, but we was on one end, but at the other end, right across the street, they made a big old Scientology building down there. Beautiful building, not a soul be in there. Y'all are taking up space. They don't get charged no taxes. They get the stars money, and people are breaking themselves to get this money to the Scientology people. Where y'all doing all this money? You don't even pay taxes. Y'all, the building is dang near free. They got buildings in Florida. They got buildings, one in Hollywood. Every time I pass those buildings, I just look in there like, it gives me a whole attitude, a whole one. And all I can think of is, hello. Is anybody there? There's nobody in the parking lot. There's nobody. Just the person in the front that will greet you, and that's it. That is definitely something else. But back to what we were talking about, and Heather and him, I just want her to, I want to know where her end goal is. And then she can tell me that, and then I can probably hear her out a little bit more. But right now, girl, you sounding all kind of like you are trying to turn everybody away, and you can't do that.
Which that's exactly, she's literally acting like the thing that we don't like, which is, and this is why I feel like a lot of people sometimes have issues with religion and stuff like that and stuff, and it's because you're so fixated on demeaning the other, like, people and what they're doing or whatever, and just to like bring yourselves up and say like, oh no, you need to be over here, and if you're not, like, you're going to hell, like you're the most horrible person in the world. And she's still kind of doing that right now, I feel like, because there's a difference between, you want to spread awareness, that's fine, or whatever. There's a difference between spreading awareness and like trying to coerce people, or trying to like you just say it, and if they choose to go that way, then they choose to go that way, or if they choose to go this way, they choose to go that way. But it becomes more I'm looking at you sideways once you're still throwing it out there and expecting people to like change or anything like that. Like, if you just want to educate, then just educate, but you can't force nobody's hand, because then you're still acting like the thing that you're trying to get away from. Then, like,
I think I'm gonna buy her book. Because the only reason why I say that, now that I'm thinking about the Scientology, unless you can do what Auntie Bernice said, I really feel like I'm gonna read her book, because I really feel like she probably. I want to see what I want to see what the other Mormons, what she said about it, and how in trouble did she get herself.
I'm curious. If it's on Audible, I'll listen to it. Actually, let me look. I just want her to kind of, she's so steadfast on the way she's going that she's not realizing how it's coming off. And you're starting to look like the exact thing that you're trying not to look like.
I need her not to do that. Because like I said, it's probably educational. She probably got a lot of things in there that really makes Heather. I think she would have a lot of things in her book but I just feel like I don't want to know where she's going with it. I really need to know what are we doing?
It's on it's on Audible.
Auntie Bernice, you talking about what city you talking about in California? Are you in my city? You in California? I mean, because Jefferson is a street. I mean, I'm sure Jefferson is everybody's state, because it's a president's last name, so we don't know that. But because I'm like, if you are, I don't know where Griswold is. If you're talking about downtown in LA, but the Hollywood building, it takes up so much, and it's almost like a teal color building, so you can't miss it. Oh, I can't. Yeah. I can't stand it. Something about them is eerie, but yeah. So that basically was how it ended, right? Do you remember what's Detroit? Oh, see, I was like, because there's a Jefferson in every street. Ain't them buildings creepy? I'm with you. They are very creepy. It's just so. I don't like it. Why are you taking up so much space? And the one in Florida, it's a compound. It's not a building. It's a compound.
I believe it.
Crazy. So yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember seeing what's coming up on the next season. I don't.
Monica. All I care about is focusing on her mom, Monica's mom, and her. That's the main thing I remember. Is that we about to get into it, and she's about to be up for some of the other girls, I think, instead of her daughter. So we gonna see, y'all.
Well, we got so me and Barbara are gonna come to you guys on Wednesday. Next Wednesday. This is gonna be our new day, because we finally caught up because the show comes on Tuesday. That's what happened. We're usually going on Tuesday, so it was messing our schedule up because it kept being behind. So now we're all caught up. We just reviewed the one from last night, and from here on out, we will be doing it on Wednesdays early, because it just works better for me, because I set my own schedule, but I usually work on Wednesdays. So we will do it relatively early, and you guys can be part of playback. Y'all can be part of the live, however y'all want to do it. Just as long as y'all come, y'all can subscribe, y'all share it. That's all we want. Monica is jealous of her daughter for what she had. Absolutely, for what she accomplished, and that's why the daughter had to tell her that. Like, girl, I got 4 kids. You probably had 1, and you was moving me all around, and you was trying to get what I got. Right.
There's because I always find it weird, parents, children, sibling, like when there's those people that act like that treat you worse than someone on the street. I'm always looking at you weird when there's no like baseline. I don't care how mad I am at my sister, my mom, whoever like is close to me. I'd rather just not talk to you and just give you the silent treatment than to drop it down and say something as bad as I hate you, you effing B, you're POS. That's weird. I look at people weird that way. Like, how could you? Like, I get you're mad, but like you went low with it. That's
right. She harboring. She is. I don't know, because it's so weird. Because when we first got to see them two together, remember, she messed with when she had bought the purse, the Louis Vuitton, and the mom seemed like she was so caring. And I said, "Boy, y'all sure can make the looks deceiving, boy." Because
she ever came to her house, like. Now I'm serious. That's what it's. I'm looking at it totally different now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Cool there. I don't know what's up with her mom, but she couldn't. Especially my kids. Then if you can't love me and care about me, why would I want you around my kids then?
Yeah, that selective love that you don't feel like it's unconditional. Because dang, the way she said that she cussed her out and she wasn't even talking to her. So what you said that behind my back? Like, I really would love to know because it's out of context. Like, I would want to know, were they arguing and then she hung up, or were they like, why would your mom get off the phone and cuss you out like that? Monica said they moved around a lot because I think she had ADHD and couldn't keep a job because she would get bored and she's flaky. Okay, is that what I heard? The ADHD. But I didn't know
where
when they was talking, when she was telling her when they were sitting down talking, she was like, yeah, you was moving me around and I couldn't, and you did that more for you. It wasn't for me, even though you said you're looking for a bigger and better place for me. But yeah, the mom. I don't know. I hope we get a little bit more involved in her, because not that we like her like that. I just want to know something had to stem from maybe her childhood too, and maybe there's a generational curse going on.
And I feel like she prioritized the relationship, or lack thereof, I should say, with her and the dad and the dissolution of that whole thing. I feel like she put that before Monica having a relationship with him or whatever. And I say that because she threw out all the pictures and all that stuff. That was for her. That's because she didn't want to mess with him no more. She was mad at him. She didn't see it for him, whatever. But what about her? That's her dad. Like, she's just going to erase him from, because you don't want him in your life. That means that she can't have him in her.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That means that's not all together.
That's when I first
brought all together.
That's weird. I don't like that. Whatever. I guess we'll see, y'all.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. That's a trip that you said that. But then again, I was just thinking, dang, I was just about to say another point. I can't think. It was something with the mom though. But yeah, so we'll be here next week, y'all. We really enjoy you guys. Thank y'all for rocking with us today. Yeah. We gotta take care of the business. We gotta get up out of here. We didn't kill y'all for a couple of hours. So we'll see y'all next time.
Why didn't she allow Monica to stay with her granny? I mean, you usually see that, right? I don't know. Maybe her mom wasn't. Maybe her mom didn't know. She seems like the type of person that her mom didn't know that she wasn't ish. I don't know.
I really think what I was about to say.
Let me slide in Monica's DM and ask her if she want to do an interview. We got questions.
Real talk. We might want to do that. Because we do have, like, with that specific, her cussing our mom, her and our mom cussing her. Like, what was y'all talking about before y'all got the phone? And I
want to say that wasn't the first time that she did that. So clearly, like, that's
And then this is the other, that's another point that I feel like why Monica is so straightforward, because she had to tell her mom and had to make boundaries with her mom, but tell her mom in so many words, or like probably at a young age, especially when you're a young mother, like I was a parent at 19. By 20, my daughter was 1, and I was still a teenager, and I just had to discuss it with my husband, like, when you have teen at the end of your name, you're a teen. I don't care. 19, 18, you're still teen. You become more of an adult when you hit your 20, 21, because now you're in your 20s and not in your teens. And so I say that to say that I really feel like Monica, like myself, once I became a mother, I was treated like a mother. I was treated on another level. Even though I was young, I had to grow up, and I was forced to grow up. So I feel like Monica had that, and the mom has been looking at her like, you've been 19 and talking, you know, thinking you know better, and you got pregnant and got yourself knocked up or whatever. And it's like, Monica's like, no, girl, I'm not a victim. I rise above. I'm still doing it. Got my own business. I take care of my own kids, and I don't know if the dad is sending any money.
I don't know.
Do we get, why did the kids stay with the mom, not with the dad?
I mean, that they don't go on over there on the weekends or anything like that. There's so many questions.
So many questions.
She really just be doing, I guess, everything, because it don't.
Anybody born, they don't talk because
some people, when they divorce, some ain't-ish people, when they divorce the spouse, they divorce the kids too.
Oh, I hope that's not it. Well, yeah, let's see if we can work on that, y'all. We're gonna see if we can work on that, because her being the newbie, I feel like she would talk to us. Like the other ones, I don't know if they have ever talked to anybody, but I really am kind of curious with that dynamic about Monica. So yeah, we'll look into that, you guys.
Yes, and we will be back with you guys next week. Thank you so much for all the comments and everything, and let's keep the conversation going down in the comment section. Okay.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Like the video on your way out.